Welcome everyone to welcome everyone to the Islanders Never Say Die podcast. I'm your host TJ, and with me here, as always, is our NHL analyst and expert, the grumpy old man. They say there's no shame in his game because he is always the same.
And we could say that about TJ also.
Your mic is not on your shoulders.
Oh, at least I was here on time. Let me just put it to you that way.
Oh,
you want to know who else never changes? TJ. That's who never changes. Always late.
Oh, man. Well, the Islanders today are taking on the St. Louis Blues. The Blues already have an early power play on the Islanders about 2 minutes into the game. For those of you who are new to the show, welcome to the Islanders Never Say Die podcast. This is a twice a week Islanders podcast that goes live every single Wednesday and Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If the Islanders play a game, we cover that game as long as it's not a West Coast game. So today we will be doing the live stream of the Islanders St. Louis Blues. And right afterwards, we're going to do our normal podcast, Grump.
Okay, great. So I know people actually want to hear what happens during the game. They don't want to hear about TJ's bathroom issues and every other thing, why we're late, why TJ's late, actually. So we'll just get right into it. Brock Nelson took a penalty, and it's one of those ones that I hate, honestly, right off the top. But I'm going to blame Nelson on that because he put himself in position to have the guy grab his stick and bring it into his body. Instead of skating, he was reaching with the stick. And while I don't feel that's a penalty necessarily, he's got to be better with that.
You got to hate that type of stuff, though, right? Anytime a guy can just grab the stick and fake a holding call, I'm just like, ugh, there needs to be some sort of recourse.
Well, we have a guy who does that also. There's quite a few players in the league who like to grab offensively, like to grab sticks as their, and I don't like it, but I didn't like the penalty call, but it was lazy because Brock wasn't moving his feet. You got to move your feet.
Well, I know
the guy. Feet, you can't be beat. That's what I say.
Okay, thank you. You're talking about Matt Barzal as the guy who likes to do that for our team. Again, Matt Barzal doesn't flop around like that. You get guys as soon as they grab the stick and they notice they're in a bad or compromised position, their legs will fall out from underneath them. Matty B doesn't do that. But this is right. The season's over, but we still like to at least cover the game and the action and the play on it. Big Z's on the IR, by the way.
What's the difference if he was playing like he was on injured reserve anyway? And Anders Lee is out today for a personal reason. So Otto Koivula is in the lineup today.
Yes.
I know he's one of your favorites, TJ, so hopefully he performs well so you'll have a good afternoon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, again, yep, Otto Koivula is in there. My question here is this, right? Am I wrong to think Chara played in the last game he had played before getting placed on the IR was the game that he broke the record for most games played as a defenseman, correct?
I think it was, actually.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Were we playing a guy who should have been on the IR and was well injured playing below his capacity so he could break a freaking personal record? Makes you question that, doesn't it?
You know what? I'm going to say
I'll have to do the research on it before I go ballistic, but
I am a conspiracy theorist, as you know, and it would say to me that, yes, perhaps that was the case, but I'm going to cut them some slack on that. I'm sorry.
What do you mean you're going to cut him some slack on it?
Because that's not the reason.
Sorokin.
Okay.
Nice save by Sorokin on Vladdy. Oh, who is that? Oh, no, that's Riley. O'Reilly. Gotcha. Nice save.
I'm going to cut him some slack because Zdeno Chara is not the reason why we're not a good team this year.
Zdeno Chara has been awful.
Okay.
Awful.
That's not why we're 3 games under 500 at this point. It's a total team effort.
It definitely contributes. It's not like, hey, you remove Chara and all of a sudden we're a playoff team. No, we're not that good. But I'm just saying, right? If you were wanting to have any hope, if your team was serious about competing and he was legitimately injured for that time period, and you were rolling him out here game in and game out, knowing he was injured, should tell you all you need to know about how serious you were about the season or the personal, whether it was more important for the season or the accolade of most games played as a defenseman.
Yeah, here's the thing. As somebody whose role is to be a little bit less sunshiny, I'm not buying that. Sorry.
Yeah.
But the Islanders were able to kill that first penalty. I thought they did okay. So Brock's penalty did not hurt us.
Well, aren't we lucky?
Hey, who's this? Who's number 91?
It looks like a familiar name that we wanted this all season.
St. Louis is a good team.
St. Louis has looked like they've been carrying action for the most part this period. They move the puck extremely well in the offensive zone. Just look at how crisp the passing is and the movement they have too. Right? I feel like, sometimes the Islanders can get, a lot of people standing still, a lot of standing and watching. The St. Louis Blues have a lot of movement from all members in the offensive zone.
It's lack of team speed. That's our issue.
Gotcha, Grumpy. Gotcha.
Oh, well, come on. Let's call something there, ref.
I was about to say.
Maybe Beauvillier just fell.
I don't know. Maybe slipped. Oh, man. I tell you. A little different, an early day game. Well, here's the thing. The ice surface is hideously bad at UBS Arena, so it wouldn't shock me if Beauvillier did slip and slide.
Our de facto first line, which is the old second line, with Beauvillier, Bailey, and Nelson are out there right now and looking underwhelming at best. Oh, come on, baby, go. Comes in. Whoa, what a save.
Oh, he was handcuffed. Was that Wallstrom? Wallstrom was a little handcuffed on that one.
Now, here's the thing. If he had a little bit more pace, maybe we have a different result.
Oh, my God. How many people was that just going to slide through that puck?
I'll tell you what, though.
Entertaining first period.
These guys are hustling, though. I tell you what. You're seeing a lot of hustle out there. Yes!
Wally! Oliver Wallstrom!
He of the 9 minutes a game.
Yeah, maybe this could earn him 9 minutes and 30 seconds today. Look at that. Oliver Wallstrom strikes first. Islanders up 1-0 on the St. Louis Blues.
Really good shift by him.
I don't think I said this at the top, Grumpy. But if you're new to the channel, we invite you to stick around a while, first off, and we invite you to subscribe on YouTube, to like on Facebook, and follow on Twitter. I don't think I reminded the people of that. But look at that. Oliver ooh, that's a weakie.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Those are goals that goal scorers score. There was a little sliver of space short side, and he put it there. I mean, but let's be honest, that was a really good shift.
That's one that Binghamton wants back. Come on, let's be honest.
What I'm saying is that's a really good shift by Wallstrom. Really good. He's playing today with Koivula and Parise.
Yes, I'm just saying that's one he wants back.
Bellows is out there with Pajot and Palmieri.
I'll tell you one thing.
The fourth line is still the fourth line.
I still can't believe Matt Martin goes out there every single night. It's just, yikes. That's bad.
Oh, my God.
Holy
they didn't call it.
What the hell is he wrestling him in front of the net?
That looked like
he hogtied him.
Looked like his little suplex action with the stick.
I think we got away a little bit.
Aho got away with that.
Yes, he did.
Maybe the refs are, hey, playoffs are coming up for them too. Okay, we're going to start calling the games the way they should be called, not with the ticky-tack fouls.
Ugh, penalties, yeah. I tell you, though, off to an early lead, but I have a feeling this is going to be an exciting game. Some of these Islander games have been very boring and, a little bit like a task to watch, and really only the diehards are like, okay, I can watch the game. But this one is off to a pretty good start by both teams, right? High-octane offense on both sides of the puck.
I think the last few games we've picked up our offensive play. Maybe defensively we haven't been as buttoned up. But you know what? At this stage of the season, I want to see who's able to play with some offense.
Yes, absolutely. And I want to see, us trying a little bit different philosophical, a little bit of a different philosophy perhaps as well. Again, I'm not asking complete deviation, but a modification of the current philosophy that we play with.
True.
Oh man, Grump. Looky there. I can't believe it. I'm still shocked that he found a way. He was almost at the he was behind the net almost, or perpendicular with the net, or parallel with the net, and he just throws it at Binghamton. And it didn't look like he even had a sliver of daylight, and somehow it finds like the one spot a puck could fit through in order to score that goal. Ooh.
And Pulak and Pelech are playing together as a pairing today.
They both had the assist on the first goal.
Did they?
Yes, they did. They both had the assist. Mm-hmm. That's at least what Andrew Gross said. So they both had the assists.
Okay. I'll take his word for it. Oh, my gosh.
You're talking about the almost turnover?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'll tell you what. Look at the hustle from Koivula.
I was about to say, people say, "Oh, Otto can't skate. Otto can't do this. Otto can't do that." I'm like, I don't know, man. The guy hustles. He has offensive touch. He's a very, very skilled guy in front of the net. I don't know. I've seen them say the same thing about Kiefer Bellows. And again, what did we learn about Kiefer Bellows? The guy could be a top 9 forward. The guy shows hustle. The guy shows heart.
Okay.
Oh, he just got slashed. No call.
Wow. Okay.
What the hell? I mean, even Wallstrom, I think it was like, what the hell? My hand's getting slashed. I'm like, this is your cue to call it there, buddy.
If you're going to call the ticky-tack stuff, make sure you call it then.
That's
if you're not, then make sure you don't for the whole game. That's my whole thing.
It was a blatant slash. On today's standard of the game, it's a blatant slash that they just let go against. I think it was against Wallstrom.
Yes, it was. Getting back to Koivula, I mean, sometimes when a player knows that he has no shot of playing for a certain coach, maybe he's like, well, why should I even kill myself out here? I never have a shot of playing. But then when you actually give him a legitimate chance, you can get the best out of them.
I don't know about that. I think you're really stretching on that, Grump.
Well, that's okay. You were stretching, saying that we signed Zdeno Chara because we knew he was going to get that game streak.
Hold on. Did you not understand what I was saying?
I don't care. That fits my narrative.
It's a shitty narrative. What I was saying here, conspiracy theory wise, is that it's really convenient that the day he sets the record is the last time he's played, and now he's on injured reserve. Well, I do find that awful convenient. So, you don't just say, oh, I think the likelihood of him picking up an injury on the game that it didn't look like he had anything substantial happen to him. He got in a fight. It wasn't like he got, tattooed or concussed or anything. He delivered the blows on the fight, and he looked fine all game. So now he's on injured reserve. That leads me to believe that maybe there was an underlying deeper seated issue, an injury that they were just letting him play through multiple games so he could break the record.
Matt Martin out there mixing it up. I don't know why, honestly. Guy just took a shot. Nice save by Sorokin, and Matt Martin said, you know what, I have to try to earn my $6 million man paycheck.
Well, he's no longer the $6 million man. He's the $4.5 million man, Grump.
It's even less than that now. Probably like $3.5 million man.
I still cannot believe that. That Binghamton let that one in. Oh, that's great. That's great. We're in this odd position, though, as Islander fans, because every loss brings us closer to where we should be, which is, hey, we're looking for a better draft selection, but we want to see our team win. We want to see our team do well. So we're in this odd situation.
Yeah, we're not going to be any closer to the bottom than 9th. Just looking at games in hand and where we are, how many points we have, the teams below us. I mean, 9th is a good spot. We could still move up a couple, but really, you want to be in the top 10 in this draft, I feel.
Yeah, and, it would be typical Islanders fashion, though, if they go ahead and go on a tear of wins when the season is completely out of reach, and then they say, oh, wait a second, we would have been slotted in 8th or 9th, but now we're going to be picking 13th. That would be typical Islander fashion, though.
I don't see that happening.
Okay.
I don't see that.
As you start to get rid of some of the guys here and you trade them away at the deadline, you have a whole bunch of young players that are fighting for a chance and fighting for themselves to make a name, to say, hey, I'm looking to go ahead and try to get a regular shift in the NHL. You're going to see a whole different level of effort than what you've seen out here in the past. And again, effort is one of the things that is needed for Barry Trotz's system.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, who even knows if we're going to make any trades? Who knows?
What do you mean by that?
You don't know until one's done. Nothing's been done. Let's get to some comments.
Okay, I'm Grumpy. Right now, I'm trying to make the profile image of the photo. So if you can give me about a few seconds, that's what I've been working.
They're popping up Kulak and Pellick's ice time 5-on-5, and last game against Vancouver was 8:33. How'd that work out? Not so good. I don't know. I just think that Pulak has had a really, I know he was injured, but even before that, very underwhelming year. So, I mean, for me, I don't – is he a building block going forward? Is he a core piece? I know you just signed him to the extension. But
Here's the thing. He's I think a valuable player, and I think the contract makes him more valuable than anything else long term. That's what I believe about Ryan Pulock. I don't think he's a guy that deserves, a 6 or 7 or an $8 million contract. The guy is wildly inconsistent when it comes to shooting the puck on net. Guy at best is a very, very good defenseman when paired with Pelech, and he could bring some offensive some offense to the party. That's what he is.
yeah, he's been surpassed though by Dobson offensively.
Offensively, defensively, when with Pelech, I still think that Pulock's a better defenseman.
Again, we're kind of hemmed in our own zone. Pajot makes an ill-fated pass that just about gets picked off, but we are able to clear. And there's my boy Kiefer Bellows, looking good, looking mighty slick on those skates. Look at the wheels he's got. Woo!
Look at the wheels he's got. Okay, give me a sec here. Okay, we're about to get to some comments, Grump. But we're about over 10 minutes into the first period, and I'll say it's been kind of back and forth. At times the Blues have shown that, they've had a little bit more zone pressure than us, but you can't be disappointed with the way we've played. We haven't been thoroughly dominated. I think it's kind of been back and forth.
Yeah, I think that for the most part, St. Louis has had more offensive zone time, but I think we've done Beauvillier right in front.
What was that? Paul Beauvillier?
Beauvillier, yeah, Paul Beauvillier. That's Anthony's.
Paul Mary Beauvillier, a mix. Yeah. I'm telling you, look at Otto Koivu over there. He does a good job of shielding the puck. Anything Otto Koivu does even moderately well will get praise from me today. Or is that Brock Nelson?
Well, except he's not out there. So
that was
go ahead. You can.
I'm watching on my phone. Okay, you got to give me a break, Grump.
You're always watching on your phone. Beauvillier's got to do better there. He's got to do better.
He's got to at least put the puck on net, right?
Yeah. He's playing with Josh Bailey. So maybe what would Josh do? Maybe that's what he said. Oh, well, first of all, he would have just passed out from there as he did earlier in the week. But on the other hand, what's the second best option? Miss the net.
I was going to say something and you just kept going on because you're just droning at the TV. I was going to ask Grumpy, do you remember the "What Would Jesus Do" bracelets? I think to myself sometimes, what would Josh Bailey do in that situation? And the answer usually is pass out.
Yeah. Okay. That's true. You're right. I should have kept on droning if that was your big move there.
Yeah, it's a timing thing. When you kept on freaking going on and on and on, the timing doesn't work, Grump.
You're not funny. Your timing doesn't work because you're not funny.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Why don't you just go ahead and read? Why don't you just go ahead and read what you see? Well, right now the past one.
You mentioned something about comments. Why don't you get to those?
Because Grumpy, I'm trying to get.
You just said you were ready for comments.
I said we're just about ready for comments. You know what, Grumpy? You go. I'll let you read the comments, Grump.
TJ, where are you? Prepped. I know Grumpy's ready. He must have had a camera in both of our houses. I got the Blues broadcast team with Panger, Darren Pang. Unfortunately, that's my only option in Vancouver. Well, hey, at least we get to watch the game, right, Nick? That's all that matters. And yes, TJ was late to the party, as usual. But it is what it is. Thank you so much, Nick. We love you. Next comment. Good evening, gents. Our pal Dirk in Germany.
Here you go, Grumpy. I want you.
Next.
Do you remember, Grumpy? Do you remember that little comment you made where you said, "Below me"? Here you go, Grumpy. Take this one.
No. First of all, you have to use the emoji, like I said, the little blow pop.
They don't have a blow pop emoji.
That's what it is.
Tony Open, he says, "What's next? A ceremony for him being the tallest skater." The tallest skater, and then it's going to be the most won fights, and then it's going to be, he had the hardest slap shot. We can give him a ceremony for everything. If Josh Bailey handed Grumpy's wife those flowers, he'd burn them.
No, that's not true. I would have said, "Josh, you son of a bitch, making me look bad, huh?" Okay. I probably would have dropped the gloves at center ice, and Josh went, "Why are you doing that?"
Josh, Rich A saying here, Chara doesn't look too damn hurt to me. Looks like he knew he was shot, but wanted him to break the record for games played. That's, again, I'm telling you, he doesn't look hurt. And if it is, it's been a lingering issue that's bothered him all freaking year. And he's just like, well, season's over. I might as well just go ahead and try to break the record. Then I'm just going to go ahead and relax and not play anymore. It's odd. That's odd for him to be placed on IR.
So if he plays again this year, That's the end of your little narrative, right, DJ?
Well, no, my narrative is that they played him knowing that he was injured because they wanted to ensure that he could break the record.
Okay.
So they were playing an injured player to break a personal record while sacrificing the team's success. That is what I think could have happened.
This team's success was over in November. That's when the season was over.
Could you? I'm just going to tell you this. It's just odd. I think the timing's odd. George P said, "Man, what a powerhouse of a first line we have today."
Yeah. Any line that Bailey's on is a bad line.
Oh man. And then Dirk C, they're saying Otto playing. Let's see. It's too bad. No Simon Holmstrom in the game.
And I think they should start bringing Holmstrom up, Dirk. I hate to admit it, but I want to see how bad he is.
We need to see. I think he's. Wow.
We don't know. We don't know till he actually plays some.
Okay. Boom.
I mean, nothing wrong with that. I mean, I have no problem at all playing the younger guys at this stage of the season. Season's over. See what you have.
Yeah.
See if Simon Holmstrom can be part of the solution. See if he's more just a banjo player in the Alpine,
in the Appalachian match.
The backwoods.
Tony Hopenny said, TJ adding to his repertoire of Islanders pajama shirts.
Woo!
There you go. There it is. Hey, guys. Two best people in the game. Hope you guys are doing well. Grump, how was the movie? Thanks, Alexander.
Alexander, we'll talk about that at intermission. Let's just say that
Batman intermission show.
Well, we can have a Batman intermission show. No problem there, as well as doing some comments. I'll just say, just as a precursor, that Christopher Nolan does not have to sweat what the next great Batman trilogy is. That's all I'll say.
Nick D says, good morning, TJ Grump. Great to see you guys. Good morning from Vancouver. Alexander saying, how did you feel about the ceremony for Chara?
I don't know. It was a little underwhelming. I mean, I know it was just for the games thing, but I don't know. I mean, it's not like they just whipped up that painting, since he broke the record. That's been in play for a while.
Here's the thing. It doesn't mean much to us because he's played. I mean, he besides his beginning his career, he's played only a handful of games for us. You can count them all on. What has he played? 40 games for us this year. It doesn't have much of an impact. It's not like this is a guy who's been playing for our team for the last 10 or 15 years.
Yeah. I looked at the jersey that they had signed, and it's like, okay, you used the wrong marker because it looked like everything was running. It looked like, maybe my TV, I don't know, but it looked like the ink was running on the number. It's like, maybe we should have got a better Sharpie.
Tony Hopenny said, if we were able to visit anywhere outside of the United States, it would be Vancouver. Dirk C saying here, hope you guys are doing well. Still love you. Still love you and Grumpy. Glad you got Bales or balls by admitting he was wrong about Parise.
Hey, that's the thing about me. If I make a mistake, I'm not like a lot of people who just live or die on whatever they say. If I see something changes, I'm not afraid to admit making a mistake or being wrong about something. Believe me, no one is right about everything 100% of the time. Me, 99.3%.
Wally, Wallstrom, sweet Wally, says Ivo P. And then George P said, what do you mean by bad ice at UBS? I thought it was the best ice in the NHL. Here's the thing. I keep hearing that. I just see players, every single team that visits us, and our players just slip nonstop at the arena. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
And I have to assume that's due to bad ice. I watch the Islanders home and away games, and the away games, they have no problem at all. They don't slip all over the place. They're not just sliding randomly. And I see other teams who come to UBS, they're just like randomly as they're skating, just slipping and sliding and losing edges. Like that I don't think that indicates good ice to me.
You know how you know your season is over? When you see the people in the truck put up a little, look at the Zach Parise speed reader from 15 to 21 miles an hour. I mean, that means you're grasping. You're really reaching for things to talk about.
He's only going to be here for a handful more games before he's traded for maybe a first-round pick, Grump.
I hope so.
Chris S. saying here, Johnston should be playing.
100% agree with that.
Brian B. says, Martin is done. Come on. Why do we still play him? That's a good question. Couldn't tell you. Could not tell you.
Sorokin's look and I'll tell you what, defensively, even though they've had a lot of possession time in our zone, I think we've done a nice job today in the first period so far. Not a whole lot of high danger scoring chances. I've been really pleased with how we're playing today. We have a little bit more offensive jump, and the fact that we're playing solid Islander hockey in our own zone is actually a good thing. To see the younger guys play like that.
Again, I told you the Trot system needs full commitment to energy all the time, and if you can't give it 110% energy wise, you just it's tough to be successful playing that style. But yeah, Grump. Chris Smith saying, who's the number one guy in this year's draft? Shane Wright. Oh, the Islanders
scored. This is our boy Palmieri.
See, here it is. Look at all this. We're gonna come out and we're gonna win in a big way after we just blew a game against Vancouver.
I'm gonna tell you what. Kyle Palmieri is an Islander player from the 1990s, late 1990s, early 2000s.
Well,
season's over. All of a sudden, he's starting to put numbers up. Nice screen by Bellows in front. He's not going to get a point, but let's be honest. He helps create that goal.
Did it hit off of him?
I don't think so. Let's see. It deflected off of somebody.
I don't know who the hell it deflected off of. I hope it deflected off of Bellows. I hope they give credit to Bellows for that goal. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, they're reviewing it. Goaltender interference. Here we go.
Come on. What's wrong? What's up with that?
They're saying that maybe Bellows made contact with him.
I don't think so. He was outside the blue paint.
Jesus. Oh, man, I tell you. Today is a friendly reminder that a quarter of the fans did not want to trade Bailey for Tarasenko. Oh, God, as an option.
Okay, to me, that's not goaltender interference. That's not goaltender. All right, he touches his skate. He gets reset. Nothing else, nothing else, nothing else. He just missed the shot.
Did he get deflected?
Well, here's the thing. I'm saying Bennington just missed the shot.
Yeah, I know Bennington missed a shot, but I'm just saying, did that puck even get deflected?
I think it did. See.
Angela N says, notice how much quicker they are without lead legs like Chara and Lee out there.
It's true. You can't if you can't skate, you can't play the game. I'm not saying because Anders Lee isn't out there. I mean, but he can't skate either.
It's a coach's challenge.
Coach's challenge. Okay.
Well, here's the thing, right? If you don't win the coach's challenge, you're going to be down 2-0. The Islanders going to have a power play.
Yeah.
Technically, he did hit the skate, but does that really go ahead and constitute enough to prevent that from being a goal? He hits his skate, and then he has a chance to get set. What are they saying?
To me, that's a no. To me, I'm like he had a chance to reset himself.
I was about to say, it's not like he was in the
active. Doesn't mean that the play's over.
Oh, I got tapped 10 seconds ago, and now all of a sudden it needs to be ruled out as a goal. What the hell? I wouldn't put Rich A says I wouldn't put it past Lou to do nothing. Let's see what the result is. He's speaking a lot, and I'm not seeing it. No goal. Are you shitting me? No goal? No goal? What the hell?
Guess what? If I can see the gaps in the teeth on the referee, he needs an orthodontist. Is there a doctor in the house? Fix that guy up.
Is there a dentist in the house? How the hell is that no goal?
Yeah, I don't know. I still like. Here's the thing. Regardless of the result, I like the. Who does that really well, standing in front of the net on our team?
Anders Lee.
He costs how much a year?
$7 million.
Okay.
A cheap $7 million.
Like I said, standing in front of the net is a willingness to take punishment. If Bellows is able to do that, you don't need Anders Lee. That's it. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Anders Lee will not be able to go anywhere, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I don't know. That's a bullshit. That's such a bullshit call. Yeah,
I mean, really, I don't know. What a great way it would have been to end that first period with a 2-goal lead on St. Louis. St. Louis is a good team, to be honest. They're not winning division, but they're a team that could be a threat in the West.
Oh man! I'm just still so kind of shocked that was a call. I tell you, the goal. Does it feel like the goaltender interferences never go our way?
Yeah,
I don't know, and maybe this won't have an implication on the long term. You know, the result of this game, but I don't know. I think that's really freaking ticky tack. In the playoffs, could you imagine them calling that as goaltender interference?
No.
I couldn't.
No.
My God, it was ruled a goal on the ice. It has to be inconclusive evidence that there was goaltender interference. You tapping somebody's skate.
Oh, I'm going to tell you what. Ricky Ref won't be doing many games in the playoffs.
Holy shit! Who the hell is that getting held? Nice hit there, Martin. Yeah, I was about to say somebody was getting held up. I think that was that Calgary.
There you go. Hit him again. Oh, what's that? Yeah, come on,
yeah, time to mix it up. Where's Ross Johnston when you need him?
Oh, don't pick a penalty. Okay, they let it go.
Well, hold on. They're still battling out. I wish Ross Johnson was in there. He would just nip all this shit in the bud.
Yeah, that's right. No one. First of all, it wouldn't even have happened if Ross Johnson was out there.
For certain not.
He's a natural.
Honestly, think about this. We've gone from a team with a lot of toughness to a team that doesn't have toughness overnight. Yeah, what I mean by that, with Chara gone and not playing Ross Johnston, those are two huge pieces that really are enforcers that teams do not want to mess around with. I mean, Chara, even though he's 44 years old, does not lose fights. He's so damn big, he could just pummel you with his reach.
Well, he knows how to fight.
That too, but I'm just saying the reach helps.
It's more important knowing how to fight. I'm just going to tell you that.
A guy who's
I know Ronda Rousey.
He could just extend like this and just like a little cartoon. He could hold up his hand like that, and the guy's just swinging his arms and flailing around. I'm telling you, the reach is hugely important.
Okay, whatever. Okay. I'm not going to argue. Okay. This is the guy who thinks he could beat Ronda Rousey.
Okay, sorry. Oh, sorry, Grump. I love how you always have to go ahead and try to go ahead and bring it there. I'm trying to make a point that we've gone ahead and went from a team that is very tough to a team with very limited toughness overnight. And Brian J says, "Go Blues, go!"
Oh wow!
we Grumpy. He's rooting for the Islanders to tank. Better draft.
I understand exactly what he's doing.
Angela N said, "You guys bicker like a married couple." Yeah, that's what happens when you're with Grumpy 24/7. It feels like. It looks like the Islanders are going to go into the end of the first period with a 1-0 lead over the St. Louis Blues. Could have been 2-0, but an unfortunate goaltender interference call against us.
Yeah.
Brian J says, Trotz can't take it deep or can take it deep. And he says, shout out to Al's Misery and the Baldies that run the group. Oh, good gracious. Nick D says, Grump, maybe we can start a GoFundMe page for TJ so we can get a 75-inch Samsung TV. No, we're good. Thank you. Hold on. Did you see him slip and fall back there too? Look at all the slipping and sliding on the ice.
Okay, there's a penalty that's called.
Oh. What?
They called the penalty on Buchnevich, I believe.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm sorry.
See, when you're doing a watch along,
there was 10 seconds. There was 10 seconds left. Mike, all right, period's over.
Here's the thing. Just let me give you a little hint. When you're doing a watch along, you should actually watch what's happening.
I am watching what's going on. Oh, look at you.
I know it aggravates you no end that I actually watch what happens during the game.
I don't like when you're just staring at the TV like, oh, yes, Roken just made a great save.
It's a watch along. It's a watch along. You understand?
I'm talking about broad items that happen during the game. That's what I like doing. If somebody, that's what I'm saying. He got held. I'm like, why the hell is that not a call? That's what it started. Cizikas was held by Tarasenko, and then Matt Martin started throwing the body around. Ooh. Now the Blues look like a pretty big team.
They are a big team.
That definitely should have been a call on Matt Martin. That's all I'm going to say.
Should have been something.
And they were letting each other. I mean, like Christ Almighty, the refs just have their pockets in or their whistles in their pockets. I guess. Christ. Oh.
I love when they put the little kids out there for the little 5 minutes during the intermission.
Drill says, "What does Bailey and an extreme drunk have in common? They always pass out."
Oh, very good, Drew.
That's good. And then Apex Legends senior citizen says here, Koivula on the ice when Wallstrom scored. And the two slugs are out there. We seemed a little faster. With the two slugs out, we seem a little faster. Talking about Chara and Anders Lee. Alex H says, Grumpy, I'm seeing the new Batman movie tonight.
Enjoy yourself, Alex.
Why don't you tell us what you thought of the Batman movie, Grump? Go ahead and give it.
First of all, I'm not going to give any plot details. I'm just going to say there were some things that you hear people say, "Oh, greatest one of the greatest superhero reimagining how superhero movies are. No, sorry.
What do you mean?
Sorry.
That's all I read.
Not for me
It's supposed to
anyway.
be as
Not for
good
me
as
anyway.
since the Dark Knight. This is supposed to give the Dark
No.
Knight a run for its money.
No.
Why doesn't it?
Because
I saw the Batman guy. He looks skinny. Batman's supposed to be big and buff. No, he's supposed to be big. The other guy looks kind of frail.
Okay. Batman is supposed to be a guy who's middle age, like in his 40s. And then the cartoons, it was like somebody like in his 50s, late 40s, early 50s.
But he's built. He's a built guy. He's pretty strong for that age. He's built. He looks muscular.
Okay, we know you know nothing about comic books or anything, so I'm just going to take this conversation, all right? So, how many Batman movies have you seen? Can you even name who's played Batman?
Every Batman, Christian Bale.
Before this one, Christian Bale. That's it. That's all you know is Christian Bale.
Christian Bale is the most recent one.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you an out on that. Christian Bale. All right, Heath Ledger. Just name all the guys I'd say. What's the one? Michael Caine. What's the one thing they all have in common? They're good actors. I think that's the difference between this movie, in large part, and the Christopher Nolan movies. The actors were better.
Batman is freaking buff. Simple as that. Batman and superheroes are freaking strong. They're not frail, skinny people. They're big people because you're supposed to dream of that stuff, right? Superhero movies are meant for kids, and kids, oh yeah, I'm going to be big bad Batman. He's so big and strong. It's not, oh, he's a normal looking guy. That's not how they're supposed to look. And I saw a little image, a freeze frame of him and some girl on a scene, and I didn't see the movie, but I just saw a freeze frame. Like, he looks kind of skinny. I don't know. He's supposed to be huge.
Yeah.
Put some fake padding in his. I don't care. Make him look huge.
We're talking about Robert Pattinson. And to me, there's one scene where you see him from behind with his back and stuff. His arms are like reed thin. I don't know.
He's tiny. This is the exact picture I'm talking about. I've never seen a more tiny son of a gun play Batman before. This is the thing that would be off-putting for me. Look at this. How the hell am I supposed to think that's Batman?
He's looking good there, actually. That's one of his good looking scenes.
Oh my God.
I mean, Zoe Kravitz plays Catwoman. I didn't think much of her. I mean, I thought John Turturro was really good as Carmine Falcone. The Penguin character, which was Colin Farrell.
It's so dark, it's impossible to see.
Well, that's the issue with DC movies in general, right? Everything's in the dark. Even the daytime scenes, it's raining. So I don't know where they are, some other planet where, there's no sun, or Seattle, Washington. I don't know, but it's always raining. I didn't see the sun once in this movie. But like I said, Colin Farrell was good in his role of the Penguin. He's unrecognizable, honestly.
This is the guy from Twilight who plays.
Yes, this is the Twilight guy. Yes.
Okay. I'm telling you, he should either pump the damn few reps out at the gym, or they should have pumped up his suit to make him look huge. Every Batman we've had in the past, and I know the people aren't that big, but they've just put it to where they make them look bigger than they are in real life. Batman's supposed to be a big, strong guy.
Here's the thing. I think you should put up Adam West as Batman.
Oh my God. Adam West was not big and strong.
He was the best, man. But he was so pithy, and he had those little quips. I mean, first of all, that's the Batman I grew up with, just to let you know. Adam West Batman.
The dad bod Batman. Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, it made him a star. He was till the end, till he died, he was Batman.
He looks like Rudy. He looks like a Rudy Poo. My God, look at this.
He looked great.
Okay. He looked great. Sure, he looked great. There you go, bro.
Yeah, there he is. He looked
great. All right.
TJ, that looks like you a little bit.
Yeah, hold on. Let's go ahead and remove the banner so we can get all of them in his glory. Yeah.
I liked how Batman had the music. Batman, and then they had Batgirl. Gosh, I forgot. Yvonne Craig, I think was her name. And she'd go, and when she come on, she had her own music. Da, 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 da. It was a little bit of play on it, but to let you know, hey, it's different. It's not Batman. It's Batgirl now. She looked really Yvonne Craig. Put her in Batgirl or Batwoman. I don't know if it was Batgirl or Batwoman, but I don't know how they never met.
Let's see here.
Yvonne Craig was her
Give
name.
me a sec. Give me a sec. I'll get it.
I mean, I'm just going to say that the villains have looked better. Now, I thought the movie Joker was fantastic. This, not as good, to be honest with you. And what's the one superpower that they, okay, first of all, it's not an origin story. Okay, it's like he's not even known as Batman. He was known as Vengeance throughout the movie. There you go. Yeah.
You didn't call him Batman? What
No.
the hell?
The Riddler, who is Paul Dano, I thought his character was pretty good. But he did some crazy. Here's the thing: we were laughing at inappropriate spots. I'm just going to say during the movie, and some things happen. That's like, okay, you realize everyone's dead, but that's not necessarily the case, and it pushes a certain narrative, which we're not going to get into, which is a little bit of a turn off for me. But was it the worst movie I've ever seen? No. Okay. Was it the best superhero movie? No. So I'll just put, hey, you know what though? Go enjoy yourself, have a good time. Just know that it's like close to 3 hours long.
I'm trying to remember, or something like. I think this is it. There's always this funny little portion that I see regarding like Batgirl and Batman from. I'll let you watch it, Grump. I think this is it, where they talk about it's like something with equal pay, just to show you how different times used to be, that they made a joke like this.
Bomb means trouble for Batman and Robin.
Holy, breaking and entering. It's Batgirl.
Quick, Batgirl. Untie us before it's too late.
It's already too late. I've worked for you a long time, and I'm paid less than Robin. Same job, same...
Did you see the face on Robin? This right here. Like I always like going back and watching. I like The Office, and I go back and I say, what things would get you canceled? And like the look right here that Robin gives Batgirl would get the show canceled. But this right here is just, it's completely different.
Let me tell you something. I absolutely loved watching Batman every day when I came home from school. I don't know what time it came on, 5 o'clock, 5:30. I never missed an episode. King Tut. Tut. It's funny. The heroes, the villains are the best, though.
All righty, let's get back to this one more time.
Than Robin. Same job, same employer means equal pay for men and women.
No time for jokes, Batgirl.
It's
no time for jokes, Batgirl, is what he says. And it's a little funny meme now where it's just like, what in God's... It's, you could just say it's completely different times. And it's just like the look that Robin gives, like, no time for jokes, Batgirl.
no joke. It's the federal equal pay law.
Holy act of Congress.
If you're not getting equal pay, contact the Wage and Hour Division, U.S. Department of Labor.
Good gracious.
Okay, they didn't actually say that during the show. But hey, you know what?
It was a commercial. It was a commercial.
You know it's a great commercial.
It
Good.
is. It is. It is
no
a good
problem
commercial.
with that.
Like people will clip it right at the end where Adam West says, "No time for jokes, Batgirl," and it's just like, and if you're unfamiliar with it, you're thinking they're like, "What the hell's going on with this?" So, but yeah, but oh well, good gracious, Grump. Grump's not afraid to admit when he's wrong. A true lion.
Thanks, Drew.
John Smith says the PPP line. The PP line is working. Trotz can't have that. Break that shit up. Paul Mary Bedard is projected number 1. He's next year's draft.
Yeah,
Connor Bedard. And he's been scoring them lately. And then Paul Mary, yeah. This is a family podcast, guys. I don't even know what you said, Grumpy.
I don't think
probably did something you weren't supposed to do. I probably blame you.
That's entirely possible. But I don't. His thing. I don't even realize if I say things I'm not supposed to say. I'm just myself.
Want you to size says, love how Palmieri and Parise turn it on when it's meaningless and the season's over.
That's what I want to say. He fits right in with Anders Lee and Brock Nelson, Josh Bailey. Season's over. Game's over. All right, now we'll score. Let's be stat stuffers when the game's over. There are a lot of players like that. And they fit right in. That's the first thing I thought about Palmieri when he scored or didn't score that goal.
Joseph C said, good thing Bennington won that cup and cashed in afterward because he sucks.
He's been pretty good this year.
I don't know. After what he
This
did,
year, he's been pretty good this year. That goal notwithstanding, he's been pretty good this year.
all I'm going to say is this. He came on and was extremely hot towards the tail end of that year, and that was kind of his fun in the sun. Never was the same since.
No, true that he was. Well, you know what? Winning a Stanley Cup goes a long way. Maybe he'll have his jersey up in the rafters. You know what everyone was saying? Josh Bailey, we won a Stanley Cup. Josh Bailey's going to have his number put up in the rafters. We're not hearing that type of talk anymore. You know? Thank
Yes,
goodness.
that is true.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
you were one of the guys saying it.
I said I could see them. I said I could see there being an argument if they won a cup and he was part of a cup winning team that he would get his name put up on the rafters.
What did I say?
You said,
what did I say?
No freaking way. I think he said
Thank
something
you.
along those lines.
Thank you.
Yeah, Bellows hit the goalie's stick as well. Okay, maybe that's what it was. I didn't see it. Currently watching the game, eating a pork chop with some red mashed potatoes. My day has been fantastic so far. I haven't eaten out to eat.
Man, Drew's just living a life.
Absolutely. He hit the stick, grumpy old man. Man, we don't ever get those calls. Yep, goal disallowed. The tooth gap is worse than Michael Strahan's. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that's on the ref boy. Like I said, if I could see it, I'm like, dude, go to an orthodontist. Do something.
Want you to size says they don't even mess around when Ross Johnson's on on the ice. That's for certain.
True.
And the Islanders will start the next period on the power play for certain. Want you to size also says Craig Berube at this age could still beat up everybody playing this game.
He was absolutely a goon. Played for the Flyers too.
And then Brandon Gaines there saying these should have been the pairings to start the season. I didn't like, well, here's the thing. We had to get Chara in so he could make sure that he had the most games played as a defenseman. And then now he's on the IR, and probably he might be on the IR for an extended time period. Maybe he was hurt around game 20, and he's like, I need another 20 some odd games. So I said, if you go ahead and if you can work your way through this, we'll go ahead and let you do so.
So what you're saying is that Chara's been hurt for the majority of the year.
I'm saying Chara, I don't know the majority, but Chara has been hurt for a portion of the season and was playing hurt and just was playing to get the record. Yes. And whether that was him and the team knowing about it or him concealing his real actual pain that he had, I don't know what it is, right? The guy's an Iron Man. Maybe he's always played through injuries throughout his career. And now he said, I'm 44 years old and I've hit the record. I don't need to play anymore right now. I want to be healthy. I want to come back and play healthy. I want a chance at another playoff push. I want to make sure whoever trades for me, I'm going to be healthy down the remainder of their stretch. It could be that also. I'm just saying he was probably playing injured, hurt, and banged up, trying to get the record. Now that he's got the record secure, he's actually going to acknowledge the injury and take some time to recover.
Okay. You realize you could have said that like in one sentence as opposed to some type of monologue. Okay. So in essence, what we could possibly say, and this is what I was trying to get to, is maybe Lou Lamoriello and Barry Trotz saying if he's fully healthy, we can bring him back next year and help our team.
I hope not.
How about that?
I hope not. I hope not, Grump. Best Batman comedy was in 1997, Batman and Robin.
Yeah, movie was not good.
Tony Hopenny says Val Kilmer was the best Batman. I don't even know who that is.
You don't even know who Val Kilmer is?
No.
Jeez. Okay. He played Jim Morrison in The Doors. He was in Top Gun. He was like Tom Cruise's.
Oh man, Val Kilmer's up there in age.
Rival. Yeah. Yeah. He's older now. Sure. Definitely in the 60s. I think he had some type of surgery. Like he's ill. Let me just put it to you that way. He has a
ill in the cool sense, like I'm ill.
No, not like that. Like
okay.
Sick.
He's got
good tracheotomy.
Style. That's why I was asking because I'll show you. I'm like, I don't know. Again, he looks like he's a stylish fella.
Amazon Prime. Yeah, that's him now. Amazon Prime had like a little documentary on him. If you ever get a chance to watch it, I have my watch list. I just haven't watched it, but I believe he had a tracheotomy. So he's had some health issues of recent years.
Gotcha.
unfortunately.
And then got a comment here saying Ben Affleck was the most recent Batman.
Yeah, TJ, thanks for playing.
Here's the thing. I don't know. Batman's supposed to be big and strong, not frail and skinny. Sorry. He's not supposed to be the guy who played the teen heartthrob as a little skinny vampire guy with his little washboard little six pack as he just got his little flat body all the time. That's not supposed to be Batman. I'm not saying he's a bad actor. I don't even know the guy's name. I know it's Team Edward or Jacob for Twilight, but I'm just saying he should have hit the gym a little harder. He should have.
Why is it not a surprise to me that those are the movies you know about?
No.
Why is that not a surprise?
Do you not remember? It was all over the place. Team
No.
Edward and Team Jacob.
I'm not watching some little tween romance thing.
I never did either. Dude, it was all over the place. A Burger King, at freaking Burger King, they used to have Team Edward or Team Jacob. It was part of the BK and the BK meal. And the same thing they used to have a McDonald's Happy Meal. Be like, what side are you on? It was a huge thing.
That explains it. TJ's always eating something somewhere. And that's how that could tie in.
Honestly, I'm not sure which one was Edward, which one was Jacob. I know one of them was a werewolf and one of them was a vampire. That's all I know.
Werewolf, not werewolf.
It's a werewolf.
Werewolf. Not a werewolf. Werewolf. There's an L in that word. Wolf, not woof. That's WOOF. 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 Wolf.
Werewolf.
WOLF. Wolf.
Werewolf. Yeah. Gotcha. And gotta see fun stuff. There's a show and a movie. Yeah, the 50s were weird. Yeah, TJ, it's the 60s. Actors weren't buff back then, except Charles Bronson.
Yeah. Now, but you look at the actors today. It's like have muscles, need not apply.
The studio wanted Pattinson to bulk up, but he refused. I would have said you're not the guy we're picking. Sorry.
Because first of all, you're a shitty actor. That's the biggest thing. You're a crappy actor.
I don't even know what he's been in besides Twilight.
It doesn't matter because he's in the Batman. He's in that.
The second period is underway. The Islanders start off on a power play. We had a little fun there with Batman, I guess, and at the intermission show. But yeah, let's see. Let's see if the Islanders are able to go ahead and capitalize on this. Looks like we've had some pretty good movement so far. About a minute and 30 seconds remaining on the power play, though.
Very true.
Noah Dobson with the slap shot. Oh.
I mean, nice control in the zone.
I was about to say, we've had really good movement. It's been crisp passes, and we've been able to go ahead and create some opportunities.
We don't move enough on the power play, though, for the most part.
I was about to say, this looks like one of the most, active power plays we've had in quite some time. And even now, right, this is, moderate movement, but still it's noticeable how much. Whoa,
what a play by Dobson. What a play by Dobson.
Noah Dobson look at the vision he's got. He knows that Brock Nelson's open on the side. He sees Binghamton down. He goes ahead and feeds it off to Brock Nelson, who is a wide open net to shoot the puck to. Great vision by Noah Dobson. Fantastic.
Everyone is expecting him to shoot that puck coming in like that. That was what a play. What a play. Like I said, the kids got hockey. Said, look at this. Everyone's expecting a shot.
Fantastic job, Noah
really
Dobson.
Nice.
Look at this. I don't know what the hell. Oh, he loses his stick, Binghamton. What the hell is he doing? Nice awareness by Noah Dobson.
Even Kropp
couldn't miss that one.
Even Kropp couldn't miss that one.
Oh, man, I love that.
And it's funny because the Rangers just beat St. Louis the other night. You figured, and I mean, I'm not saying the Blues came out poor today, but I mean, I think we're playing really well today. Like I said, this team is kind of confusing to me. And usually we'll have a flat period. Like the first period is either flat or the second period, but I'm not seeing that so far. I realize it's early in the second, but that's been a problem all year, honestly.
Inconsistency in our play. Yeah. And looks like that has
inconsistent.
Exactly. Consistently inconsistent. Then Frank Hay said, good period. Drew L said, to be honest, I don't care if Batman isn't big. I just hope he's a good actor.
He's not. He's terrible. To me, that's the biggest drawback is, man, the actors aren't that good. John Turturro was good.
Frank K says Palmieri has been a lot better since his kid was born. Do you think it's that now that his kid's born, he's had a little upswing, or do you think it's that he, the season's essentially over, so now he can start going ahead and putting the puck in the net more often?
No pressure like when he was in Jersey. Maybe that's what it is.
Jake B says I can't wait for Phil's facts to start shitting on Bellows.
Phildo.
I think he's Phildo. I think he meant Phil's
It's
facts.
Phildo. Believe me, it's Phildo.
Who's Phildo?
Think about it. It's a play on words.
Phildo. I don't know.
Phildo. Dildo. Phildo.
Oh,
It's
gotcha.
a play on words. Get it? Jeez. It's like I'm out here by myself. I swear.
I was like, I thought it was just a mistype. Fair enough, Jake.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
That's a funny one. Drew L says, TJ, when you get a chance, check. I sent you a legendary Batman clip. I think I actually showed that one. Anthony R says, love that they called up Weatherspoon, but why not play him? Glad to see Koivu in the lineup tonight too, or today as well. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Maybe you will get to see him, and I'm all for know what you have. Even if they're not somebody who's in your plans, maybe they can show out a little bit, and it's somebody you can use in a trade.
Well, that's what everybody's saying about Sebastian Aho, right? They're not going to sign him back. He won't be a restricted free agent. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent, and we're not going to sign him back this summer. So we're trying to increase his trade value right now by playing him.
Okay, but you know what? What type of contract is he going to get even as an unrestricted guy? He's not going to make a whole lot of money.
No.
What's wrong with bringing? I mean, like I said, I'm fine with him as a bottom pairing guy. Is he the greatest defensive defenseman? No, he's not. But if you team him up with somebody like Mayfield, he's absolutely serviceable, without a doubt. You only got 2 defensemen on the whole team who carry the puck out of zone. 2 who can make that first pass.
Zampier is saying, he said with seriousness, we look better offensively without Matt Barzal in the lineup.
Well, you know what? All right, let's say we want to play that game. It's because you don't have any players who are skilled enough to play with Matt Barzal. Or anybody.
Here's the thing. We play a system that's not meant to accentuate Matt Barzal's ability. We play a system. Good.
I will say when Parise and Palmieri were playing on his wings, that line looked really, really good for the short amount of time they were together. And maybe it's just because of skill set. Anders Lee was never a fit for Matt Barzal. We've been saying that for 3 years. Not a fit for playing with Matt Barzal, but, it's like we don't even think outside the box. I don't care that he makes $7 million a year. Anders Lee does not deserve to play on the top 2 lines. Just not good enough. Sorry.
I agree with that. Anthony R says, and here's the thing. I'm sure we're going to talk about that more in depth on the actual podcast here coming up after the game. Anthony R says, hey, Batman, give me the Avengers, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America. Drew L says, just hopped out of the shower faucet, making some weird sounds there going on there. TJ knows him some sparkly vampires.
True that.
I'll drop in a second.
And here's the thing. I like Marvel, the old Marvel stuff, better than DC. It's different. DC's more of a dark, I'm not saying visually dark, but like a dark product where the heroes are mostly the stars like Iron Man, Captain America, Thor. But if you look at the DC comics, the villains are probably more well-rounded.
Hold on. Why is Casey Zizekas really quickly? Why is he skating to the box?
Because of the way he's chewing on his mouth guard. Maybe he got tossed out. Was it I don't know what the heck they're doing there.
What the hell's the call on that?
I don't know.
And he covered up the face-off dot? I don't know. It's a rare call that I never see called, so it's an odd.
Barry's lost. He's like, I don't know what's going on.
Barry looks like he's put on a few LBs this year, haven't we all?
He has put some weight on, a lot of weight actually.
I was about to say,
I'm one to talk, but he looks worse than I do.
Barry Trotz went to my school of nutrition. I put on a few LBs this year too, but I was like, I'd noticed that Trotz that they can put on a few LBs.
Their power play really looks good.
I was about to say they have good movement on the power play.
Yeah, they do. They do. Well, that's a nice pass. And I thought he shouldn't have passed out. 25 should not have passed out there. I thought he should have shot.
And they look good on our power play. We look good last power play for certain. We did. Nikki also said they seem much faster without, Lee and Chara. Absolutely. Not to self or not to, not to come at or not to self Barry or Lou. I'm telling you, Nelson can get you first round picks.
They're not trading Nelson. You know what? Here's the thing. I was actually doing some thoughts about who the true core is at this
Nelson's
point.
a
I have some
core.
thoughts. I'm not going to talk about him here. I don't know if we'll save that for when the season's truly over, but I was doing some legitimate thinking, which is very difficult.
Some deep thought. Oh my God.
Deep thoughts. Yeah. We like to have fun.
I heard there was a fire in your location of North Carolina, Grump. And is that because you got the brain working and spinning?
Again, you're not funny. You're just not funny. I'm sorry. Don't even try it. Don't set your goals that high.
Oh, stop. You're pathetic. But Dobson is a star in the making for certain. Would you compare Dobson to Kenny Janssen, but better?
Better. Janssen didn't have that type of offensive skill set. I like Kenny Janssen. Really not. Really, really nice man. Really nice guy.
Matthew S. said, yeah, let's trade Nelson. LOL. Suck it, haters. Talking to you, Grump.
No.
You always wanted to say trade Nelson.
Well, what I'm saying is, who are guys that if you're blown away by an offer, you wouldn't trade? And that's what I'm saying. If you get 2 first-round picks for Brock Nelson, I mean, how do you say no to that, honestly?
Brock Nelson's a guy who's going to be putting up 30 goals this season. You want to trade your 30-goal scorer?
I'm sorry. I like I said, he's another guy who seems to put up numbers when it doesn't really matter.
Oh, stop.
I'm not getting into discussion how he scored, 4 games against Montreal, 3 goals against Arizona. Sorry. He's not consistent enough for me as a goal scorer. He's just not.
Okay, goal scorers aren't. Rich A said Witherspoon had to attend meetings. That's why he was called up and didn't play. Did you see Columbus was screwed yesterday? Face-off interference is what it was called.
Oh, okay.
Keep Bailey says Tony the werewolf. Tony the werewolf. That's the correct way.
Not a werewolf. You see,
that's how you
a wolf in there. Werewolf. A
Tony
werewolf.
The werewolf says keep Bailey.
Werewolf.
Barzal.
A freaking werewolf. Oh my God, werewolf. A wolf. What's a wolf? I don't know.
A wolf.
The noise a dog makes.
A wolf. Tony the werewolf. Keith Bailey, Trey Barzal. Alexander said, did you see that stat for the Islanders? 10-1 after when leading after the first period. Wow.
Well, hey, that's bodes well for us today. Honestly, you have a 2-0 lead. We should not lose this game.
Drew L says somebody needs to make a compilation of TJ misreading comments or misunderstanding things or mispronouncing things. That's fine. That would be funny.
That would be like a 40-hour clip.
You could just choose highlights.
I don't know what you're calling this episode, but it should be TJ and the Werewolves.
Well, Grumpy, this is we just call it the live game, the live stream, so we don't have like a name for it. But Alexander said, yeah, I did see that there. Nick D said, I would like to see Barzal in this lineup without Lee and Chara.
I think, well, oh my gosh. I don't think that's really necessarily the problem is those two with him. Lee shouldn't be on the same line with him. That's the biggest issue. I don't think Chara has anything to do with that. But, I mean, if you have guys who can skate, you can work with Matt Barzal. I mean, look at Palmieri and Parise. They're certainly not the greatest wingers in the world, but look at when they have compatible parts, how they look. It's why he looked so good when he had Everly and Beauvillier. Same thing. They're guys who can skate. You have one guy who can't skate, and I mean can't skate, on your line. It limits what you can do.
And then Matthew has said a very ticky-tack rule was applied there, the face-off interference.
Yeah.
It was only because St. Louis was complaining about it. I was about to say, you very rarely see a face-off interference, maybe one a year.
I don't know what shots on goal are today, but I don't think Sorokin's made a whole lot of saves.
Shots on goal. Sorokin has 12 saves. Islanders only have 8 shots on net.
Really? Like I said, it's just it seems like both teams are playing sound defensively. And and like not a whole lot of shots getting through. I mean, and isn't that how the style we want to play? I mean, you're talking about midway through the second period, 12 shots. I mean, that's pretty good defensively. And, you know, we highlighted that earlier where, yeah, they maybe had a lot of offensive zone time, but not a whole lot of shots and certainly none in high danger chances. Nice game for the Islanders, really is.
I was about to say this has been a really, really good game played by the Islanders. That's for
and
certain.
Fun to watch because we're actually trying to win.
Well, we see the hustle and the effort. We see the hustle and the effort, and guess what? We're seeing defensemen actually try to go ahead and take offensive chances like Dobson, and just like I love to see that. I love to see him mixing it up, going behind the net occasionally when he sees the opportunity.
His game has taken off in the last month or two.
Well, this year you could say he's really taken a big step forward. That's for certain.
Now that was a huge save by Sorokin.
That was an absolutely huge save by Sorokin. Is right. A split. He's splitting over there, making that save. Alexander here says Columbus entered the zone with 3:06 left in overtime and scored in OT at 3:36. They reviewed it from upstairs and said that he was offsides. I'm like, damn, the Kings come down and win it. Ooh. And then I used to think Bennington was a top 5 goalie. Yeah, he just had that one year he was hot, and other than that, didn't really do all that much.
Yeah.
But my uncle thinks Sorokin sucks, though. Yeah, no, he doesn't suck.
Again, what's with all these uncles? There's a lot of these uncles don't know what the hell they're talking about. Alexander's uncle doesn't know what he's talking about. Uncle Alexander, no. Sorry.
Uncle Alexander. I tell you, the Islanders up 2-0. About halfway through the second period, we've looked pretty good, I think, from the start and finish today. Again, we come out and look hideous in the third period, but the first 2 periods we played well.
That's right, no problem. And isn't that what you want? I mean, that's a thing that has been baffling to me, and a lot of times under Barry Trotz, where we'll have just a period where we're just terrible, and I don't understand it. It's always been baffling, and that's been the case again this year. But today, I mean, from start to finish, boy, that was a little bit of a hit from behind. I guess they're not going to call that, but whatever. Our boy Croc out there with Bailey. Have you noticed Bailey today? Nope. The answer is no. I don't know. DJ wandered away. I don't know where the hell he went because I'm not watching him. I'm watching the game. But it's very interesting. I haven't noticed Josh Bailey much at all today. I don't know about you, TJ.
I had to grab the door. Sorry, what was that, Grum?
Have you noticed Josh Bailey at all today, really?
No, I haven't.
Typical Josh Bailey game. Zeros across the board.
Alexander says, ooh, physical play here. Tell you, the physicality in this game has been here as well. Some games aren't physical.
St. Louis physical team.
Yep. Again, that's more of a playoff style of team. Alexander says, my uncle just texted me and said, trade Barzal. He sucks. Yeah.
Oh my God. Like I said, Alexander's uncle.
There's no correlation. Just because these 2 items, they're not correlated. I'm telling you, the game's getting physical. Just because the Islanders are winning a few games, and they also lost in a hideous fashion against Vancouver. I love how we're completely leaving that one out of the equation as well. We lost some really, really bad stinkers with Matt Barzal out, but we only look at, hey, we're scoring more goals, and that must mean that, hey, we're better offensively with that Matt Barzal. Not necessarily. It's not necessarily one-for-one, apple-to-apple comparison, and it's not correlated. Drew L says, third period collapse is upcoming. It reminds me of the 2000s.
I don't know. You know what? Here's the thing. I'm rooting for us to play really, really well. They have a stat up there. Islanders 2.55 goals per game, 5th lowest in the league.
Hot dog. We're killing it.
Uh-oh. Little mix-up. Uh-oh.
If only we had Ross Johnson. Like Matt Martin is so cashed.
Yeah, he is. Ugh, look at that. Here's the thing. St. Louis is a bully team.
Why the hell did we not go ahead and play Ross Johnson? We played that cashed bastard, Matt Martin. Come on.
I mean, look, every one of their guys is bigger than ours. And
I was about to say, St. Louis is a big team.
Yeah. You know, I'll tell you what, lucky that Bennington was so far out of position because that was not a good shot by Nelson. If he was even a foot further, if he was even in his crease, that goal doesn't get scored.
It works though.
Yeah, I'm taking it. But it's typical Brock Nelson goal, isn't it?
Oh, there we go, Grumpy. There it is. A typical Brock Nelson goal.
Crocorino.
Brock Nelson. Grumpy.
The trade deadline is coming up, and I've heard some interesting things. So,
But we're not going to save that for our podcast, Grump. That comes up.
we
around
are. That's why
this
I'm
one.
just saying something. I saw a picture of Marc-Andre Fleury up there. Interesting.
Interesting. You're just going to leave these little drops here, huh?
That's what I do.
Dribs and drabs. My
All right, more comments. Let's hit the comments.
Grumpy. We're all caught up on the comments.
Oh, wow. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, that's what I told you. The Blues playing very sloppy today. Yes, they are. I was about to say, we've looked good. They've looked good at times. I mean, it's been, offensive plenty out there on the ice. But, I don't think necessarily that they've looked fantastic today. But we've taken advantage.
TJ, did you see the pregame show for the Islanders today?
No.
Well, they had a segment called Ask Ace. And one of the questions was from an AJ Malesko, wanted to know if Shannon helped Anson with his hair and his attire.
What?
And yes, AJ Malesko wanted to know if Shannon helped Anson
okay,
with
gotcha.
his attire and his hair, because obviously she doesn't help AJ when they're on. But I bet she tries to work with AJ, but AJ just doesn't take for her.
Well, Shannon probably is really. She must be really good at that stuff. Is all it is.
She is. I mean, I've seen Shannon messing with her hair. Anson said, "Yeah," and she does, because he was really, really nice about saying that. Oh, I don't know what it's like to be her husband, but boy, he must look good all the time, or something like that. So,
it's a funny way to say it. Absolutely, that's a good way to say it.
Yeah, he was nice, but you know what? Good for her. And I am glad that AJ is able to pick on herself a little bit about her absolute inability to comb her hair. I do like that.
Self-awareness.
It makes me like her more. Just makes me like her more.
Well, there it is, Grump. Well,
if you're able to laugh at yourself, I like you. So
both players get sent off for minors there, probably roughing minors. So it's going to be 4-on-4 hockey for the next 2 minutes. Shots about a little past the halfway mark in the second period. 13 for the St. Louis Blues, 9 for the New York Islanders. Score 2-0 Islanders over the Blues.
Yeah, not really a great save percentage by Bennington today.
No, absolutely not. Alexander says, Grump, in your opinion, in the 2001-2002 playoffs versus Toronto, do you think if Janssen and Pekka don't get hurt in that series, do you think we beat Toronto and win the Cup that year?
I think we beat Toronto. I don't know if we win the Cup, though. We were a flawed team, but they were fun to watch. I mean, let's be honest. They were fun to watch.
Oh, who the hell is this? Look at this. Oh, did he score? What a play by Palmieri. Palmieri was interfered with. What a freaking play by Palmieri. Watch that from start to finish. That was fantastic by Kyle Palmieri. I mean, again, look at this move all the time. Look at this. Kyle Palmieri. Look at this.
And he threw it into the third deck. Maybe it was deflected.
It didn't just start there. I mean, he did a fantastic job. Nice zone entry by Noah Dobson.
I tell you what, that's what he brings. It doesn't look. He reminds me of Larry Robinson, and I'm not saying he's Larry Robinson, Hall of Fame defender.
That's right, because he's better, right, Grumpy?
No, I'm not going there. But with the ease that he's able to enter the zone and exit his zone. 3 strides and he's in the opposition zone. I mean, he's always reminded me of that. Just his skating style and his ability to get from one zone to the next. It's really impressive. That's a trip.
That was a trip. Is right to knee on knee for certain.
That's right. There's that Aho right there. Drawing penalties.
I'll tell you, that was fantastic by Noah Dobson and Kyle Palmieri, both. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's what I love to see. Drew L says, Buchnevich decided to be a menace to society today. Sounds like a classic former Ranger behavior. Oh,
look at Barry. I've never seen Barry smile. That's the first time I've ever seen him smile. Maybe they're going to bring him one of those Shack burgers to the bench.
Hey, I honestly want a Shack. I want a Shack chicken sandwich. Grumpy. You know what I'm going to get myself for dinner tonight? Paige, the wonderful Paige, is not here this weekend. So what I'm going to do, so we go to the podcast right after this. I'm going to get myself some nice like Japanese food, and oh man, I'm looking forward to it.
Do they even have Japanese food in the part of the country that you live?
Yes, they do, Grumpy. Yes, they do.
Probably
Jeremy F says here, happy Saturday afternoon, fellas. Hope you're having a great show. Just turned in after the second goal. Islanders look detailed in their game. Sorokin is a gift. They do look today is ideally, the best Islanders can play is what we've seen today. And we've seen a lot of individual brilliance out here as well.
True.
Alexander says, who is the only player with 100 career goals to play for both the Blues and the Islanders?
Did Palfy ever play for the Blues?
I couldn't tell you. I'm not sure. Maybe.
Turgeon? I don't think Turgeon played for the Blues. Maybe he did. I'm trying to think. I know it's nobody on the current roster. That's for certain.
No, Palfy never played for the Blues.
What about Pierre Turgeon?
I think Turgeon did. Let me check.
I know he was with Buffalo. I don't know if he ever played there. I don't know. That's a good question.
Yep. Turgeon played for the Blues. So, yep.
There you go.
I was about to say,
potential Islander trade candidates with contract status.
Well, Zdeno Chara is on the IR, guys. So I don't know. Zach Parise could get you. He's going to get you a good. He's going to get you a good amount. I just hope he continues to score a few more.
I mean, you're here in Colorado, looking at guys like Patrick Kane, Claude Giroux. That means they're not looking at Josh Bailey types. That's all I'm going to say. Remember, I was going to say maybe Josh Bailey would be good playing for the third line for them. I don't think that's happening.
No. Oh, Bavillier. I'll tell you one thing, though. Dobson has really stepped in and been a good power play QB.
Here's what I like. You can tell when a team feels confident in the power play. You're able to back them down.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's something. When was the last time we backed anyone down on the power play? I can't even remember.
Been a long time.
I see other teams do it to us, but I've never seen us this whole year, been able to do that to somebody else. And that's all because of Dobson, honestly. He's been really, really good.
I mean, this season alone, right? Guess what? He hit the 10 goal mark, just like I had predicted. Hit the 10 goal mark. And he's got like 28 points this year in 50 games. I don't know. He's going to be a guy who's in his prime of his career, putting up at least 50 plus points a season. I
know he's got a point tonight.
Yes, he does have an assist there, that primary to Brock Nelson.
And no, I guess he didn't. Yeah,
no, he had the Pelican Pulak had the assist there.
Oh, that's right. We only have
goal. My gosh, they have a little bit of a chance. The Blues do shorthanded. The Islanders are giving up a lot of shorthanded goals this season, so just glad we're able to batten the hatches on that.
Kiefer Bellows
out here on the power play,
and he gets the puck back. I'll tell you what, I like him out there with Wallstrom. I like it. I like having those two guys on the power play who are not afraid to shoot. You know who we haven't seen on the power play today?
Who's that, Grum?
That useless piece of shit, number 12.
How? Oh, man. Wow, that almost goes in by
He's got to get the puck up. If you're going to, like I said, he's down, got to get that puck up. Shoot the puck.
Shoot first mentality. Gotta love it.
That was nice. That was nice zone entry by Bellows, and then it didn't pan out, but they both went to the net. They got a shot at them.
Drew L says, "Holy shit, Palmieri, the old fart, can still skate." I was about to say we have not seen any of those moments out of Kyle Palmieri where we saw him look. I mean, he looked in control of the entire sequence from start to finish. I hadn't seen that from Kyle Palmieri yet this season, and I think that was one of the most dominant sequences he's had. Sorokin's had to step up here a little bit the last few shifts.
Well, no, you know what though? No, he's not. Let me tell you something. We're playing excellent defensively today. You cannot complain about how we played defensively today. at
Well,
all.
I'm just saying
At
he's
all.
had to make a few saves. I'm just saying as of recent, where he's only faced 9 shots all day, and he's had like 4 or 5 to stop here in the last few shifts.
No. They have 13 or 14 now, right?
Oh,
we
I'm
only
sorry.
have 9 shots.
Maybe that's what it
But
is.
the whole thing is, they've not been high danger chances, though. Our defense has been really, really good today. Really good.
It's almost like putting Pellick and Pulak back out there helps them as a tandem and makes them return back to a very solid.
No.
What?
It's team defense. It's team defense. It's a team defense system. I'm just glad that it's the younger guys who are playing, given a chance, are showing, yes, we can play this style. And like I said, if Barry's willing to give those guys chances, I'm all for keeping him. If we show that we can do something by improving our offense a little bit, just by the fact that they can skate. I mean, look at all those shots they're all getting deflected up top. All of them.
Yeah. A lot of them aren't actually reaching the netminder.
I mean, that's what you want. You don't want, it'd be great if your goaltender never had to make a stop. Uh-oh.
Tarasenko mixing it up. Vladdy Tarasenko over there, Grump. Look at that. Who the hell just turtled over there?
Transchenko.
Yeah, you're grumpy. You're Transchenko, as you called him that every single time this offseason.
Oh,
looky there.
Uh-oh.
Scott Mayfield just freaking pummel that guy. Go ahead and yank his shoulder a few times. Yo.
Now, here's the thing. I love Scott Mayfield, and I think he can take Tarasenko.
Scott Mayfield would pummel Tarasenko.
He's not a fighter.
Doesn't matter. Scott Mayfield, 6'4". Tarasenko's what, 6 foot?
Okay.
4 inches of reach helps a lot.
He's not a fighter. That was my point earlier with Chara. Scott Mayfield, he gets in fights, he gets beat up because he's not a good fighter. Where Chara, he's a really good fighter. I know he's big, but he's a good fighter. That's what I'm talking about.
I assume the Islanders are going to be on the power play again, right?
I don't know.
I did see a blue going to the box. I don't think it was offsetting minors, but I think that's going to happen. JK here, 2 minutes pessimistic. He says, what a move by Dobson and Palmieri. Absolutely. And Rich A says that Yashin Pekka team was good. We actually had 5 defensemen and 2 centers.
Yeah, I just don't know if we were good enough to win a cup.
Jeremy F says here, we're receiving the St. Louis feed up here in Canada. And the commentator said, I think the Islanders might regret the trade they made moving out to Ames. I had been drinking my water at that point. The spit take is right.
And I've been drinking more at that point. Yeah. They need to listen to this podcast because we said that the day it was announced. I think that we actually did an emergency podcast when that trade happened, I believe.
We did. That's correct. We said, oh, man, we got to get out there. Alexander says here, yeah, we had that stacked team. Yashin, Pekka, Acoin, Hammerlick, Osgood.
This dog is spoiled right here.
Yeah, on the TV. And then David D says here, Palmieri has been hurt most of the season. I also think some of the players don't want to be traded, so they're playing hard.
Well, maybe they're afraid that they're going to get traded. And let's be honest. You have it's a pretty good atmosphere on Long Island. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stable, very, very stable. And if you're a starter and one of Barry's boys, you don't have to worry about getting sat or anything like that, even though recently he has.
Drew L says here, Japanese food, probably my favorite, minus Italian. Brad Isbister as well. Yeah. Look at that. I'll tell you, they're kind of mixing it up. Tarasenko and Cal Clutterbuck, and that's what got. Here's the thing: wouldn't you just love to have Ross Johnson on the ice because he would have pummeled somebody out there? And again, they wouldn't be trying this with Ross Johnson.
It wouldn't even have happened.
And here's the thing: Chara was on the ice, even it wouldn't be as bad as it is. Chara would just hammer somebody. I mean, Chara, at his age, is a hell of a fighter still.
Maybe I'm glad that he's not playing them because I like seeing these little scrubs after the whistle.
you like to see the intensity.
What the heck? Mix it up a little bit.
Absolutely. I tell you, Cal
Clutterbuck
still shit talking.
They're all smiling on the bench. It's so nice because really we haven't seen many smiles in Islander country this year.
I was about to say they're up 2-0. They've looked, the better team. They've played their system. I think, there's reason to be happy for certain. Look at him.
Look at Barry.
And Barry, I tell you. He looks like I can't get over how much weight. Now that I've just seen it, he's put on a few pounders this year. I don't know, maybe the loss of his mother too and everything going through. I don't know, but he looks like he's put on a few poundies.
He looks like Dean Norris.
I don't know who that is.
Pull it up and look at him.
Dean
He's in.
They gave us offsetting minors. God damn it! I knew they were going to do some BS.
Berube's like, whatever. I don't think he said one word the whole game. Just chewing his gum.
Oh man.
Yeah, pull up Dean Norris. He was in Breaking Bad. And
okay. I know who you're talking about now.
But in his new show, United States of Al, he looks more like Barry right now.
Okay, let me pull it up. Dean Morris.
A little bigger in the midsection region.
Oh man, let's pull him up here.
Nice 4-on-4. Andy Green, what the hell are you doing? Ugh. Out there with Pellick. I don't know why that's the grouping. Slow and slower.
Slow and slower. Oh god.
Not like Dumb and Dumber. Slow and slower.
Slow and slower. I like it. You're grumpy. That's a little Barry from the side angle. Is that?
That's Barry from the side. And believe me, he fills out every bit of that shirt too.
Oh,
He put on some weight too from his Breaking Bad days.
Oh, I was about to say, it
He's
looks.
a good actor though. I enjoy watching.
I like him as an actor too.
Yeah.
And then, McClure's Revenge says we need to do a better job keeping our uncles in check. Is what it sounds like.
Very true.
Dobson.
Oh. Again, is that Croc? Who was that fell down?
Again, the ice surface is just at UBS. It's not great.
Go,
Here we go. Here's the chance. Oh,
Renko, nice job coming back.
Almost had that there. Bavillier, I tell you, Bavillier's been pesky today. He's been pesky.
Think about how Parenko has improved as a defenseman from his rookie year.
Yeah, Parayko has played well.
I mean, he really improved. He used to really look clumsy and Chara-like out there, but he's really improved. He's very solid all around now. Oh man, that was nice. Nice move. But again, blocking the shots out front to end the second period. I mean, out again. Really good hockey by us today.
I think so too. I think we've played our style. I mean, we've looked dominant in our defensive zone. First time I could say we've looked like that in quite some time.
It's just the consistent effort throughout the whole game. I mean, I have nothing to complain about, which is difficult for me, but nothing to complain about. Look at Barry there laughing. Oh, I mean, he's having a good time. Everybody's having a good time. I'm having a good time.
Alexander said, did you see that Austin Zarnak was placed on waivers? No, I did not.
Bring him back. Bring him back. Bring him back. Bring him back.
I didn't know he was placed on waivers. I had to see what his production looked like when he was in Seattle. I assume not good to be placed on waivers. But let's take a look. See here. He played 6 games, had 2 points, was a 0 on the plus minus. Played about 10 minutes and 40 seconds a night. But I don't know.
New system, going to a new team. I don't know. I'd bring him back. I thought he looked good with us. Had bought into what Barry Trotz was preaching. I had no problem with him.
5
Sure has some wheels.
Yeah. Again, still even two assists, 2 points in 6 games for a fourth liner is not bad at all. And again, he does a good job. What?
We don't know where he was playing.
He played 10 minutes and 48 seconds a night, so he's playing on a fourth line.
Well, we don't know that. Oliver Wallstrom and Kiefer Bellows play third line, and they only get less than 10 minutes a night. So, I mean, I don't know what minutes they have today, but I'm going to bet it's not as many as some of the other guys. That's for certain.
Chris Smith says the Blues are a big team. If Bennington plays good, I think they can go far in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're a team that's built without a doubt for the playoffs, without a doubt.
Oliver Wallstrom has only played 5 minutes and 36 seconds, while Kiefer Bellows has played 8 minutes and 44 seconds.
Yeah, Koivu has played 5 minutes 11 seconds. I mean, like I said, those are your third line guys, and they're not playing a whole lot of minutes. So, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what Seattle does with the Kraken, Galloping Gertie. That's right. Hockey has a history in this area.
Druel says, Blues salty, they're losing. to us. Keep crying. Mayfield's not even worried about Tarasenko. I was about to say, remember now, he's from the St. Louis area.
Yep.
Scott Mayfield is.
He's from St. Louis. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And just make sure to get some sushi, TJ, eel sauce. I don't eat with the sauce. I do get like a crunchy Cali roll. Oh man, you're gonna make me hungry. What you don't like sushi?
I don't like sushi.
Why not?
I'm a man.
Men eat sushi.
Not some type of squid.
BK says, best podcast. You guys know your shit. Thanks, BK.
That's Burger King. Why don't you go on another soliloquy about, Edward and whatever. Who's the other guy?
Jesus H. It's God Almighty. It was Jacob or Edward. Team Jacob or Team Edward.
Yeah, your little girly vampire story.
Yeah, okay. Because I know Edward and Jacob, and I can't tell you which one's which, but I just know one's a vampire, one's a werewolf.
Yeah, a what?
A werewolf, Grump.
A werewolf. God, man. Sorry.
TJ,
you know what? Here's what I'd like you to do.
From DraftKings. What do you want me to do, Grump?
I'd like you to read the ad for DraftKings, and then we can get to some more comments because I want to have some fun during intermission.
That's what we can do. Today's podcast is brought to you by DraftKings. Hoop fans, the latest offer from DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is too good to pass up. I'm talking between the legs, 360 windmill good. New customers can bet just $1 on any team and get $150 in free bets if they win. It's that simple. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, you can still take your shot at a big payday. Everyone can play for huge cash prizes with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Basketball Contests. DraftKings is giving all new customers a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposit. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the promo code THPN and bet just $1 on any NBA team and get $150 in free bets if they win. That's promo code THPN at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Must be 21 years or older. Minimum age and location requirements vary by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for a full list of requirements and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Void where prohibited. Minimum of a $5 deposit is required. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Tennessee, call or text TN Redline, which is 1-800-889-9789. In Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY, which is 467-369. Or you can text HOPE-PENNY. That also works.
Ridiculous.
Oh, Grumpy.
Oliver Wallstrom has 5 shots on goal in 5.5 minutes of play today.
So he's got 5 of our what, Grumpy? He's got 5 of our 12 shots on goal today.
Yeah. Only gets 5.5 minutes ice time.
Ludicrous, isn't it?
I don't understand.
Ludicrous. Jeremy Ford there saying, maybe we're playing hard. Maybe they're playing hard so they can get traded. Parise would be a huge pickup for a bottom 6 depth for a team like Colorado, Toronto, or Carolina.
I really like Jeremy. He has great questions. Mm-hmm. Actually, ones that they're actually insightful. Jeremy, the thumbs up to you. 2 thumbs up. Way up. I mean, that is a possibility. I don't know, but I think it's more that the fact that you get some of the dead weight Anders Lee, Zdeno Chara.
Anders Lee is going nowhere.
No. You get some of the dead weight not on the ice, giving some of the younger guys a chance. I think it elevates everybody.
As soon as I hear Anders Lee and you say him that way, I'm just like, you want to trade Anders Lee, and it's not possible.
I didn't say anything about trading him.
McClure's Revenge says here, what does everybody think about Palmieri? Grumpy.
He's really good when games don't seem to matter. That said, I like what he's shown the last month, 3 weeks. I mean, I think he's definitely picked his game up. I don't know why he was so invisible earlier. I just, like I said, another one of those just kind of baffling things. Why were you so inept early on? And then when the season's over, all of a sudden you're able to play well. I don't know. Maybe some guys are, they're not clutch guys, or you know what I'm saying.
They play better when there's zero expectations.
Yeah.
You put up, it's like the guy who's on a bad team or a struggling team, and at the end of the game, or like Matt Stafford when he used to play for the Detroit Lions, they used to say, oh, he's a stat stuffer. When they were down by 30 points, he would throw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns and 2 picks, and he'd be like, look, Matt Stafford's fantastic, but all that would come in garbage time once the game was already over and the team was playing prevent. So, kind of easing up a little bit.
Matt Stafford is a stat stuffer.
I'm just saying maybe you're trying to liken him possibly to being a stat stuffer.
Yeah.
Drew L says, these instances is where I wish we had Sean Avery. Ugh, I hated Sean Avery.
Sean Avery is trying to make a comeback playing for the Orlando Solar Bears.
Hold on. Sean Avery's going to still try to play hockey?
Yes.
I thought he was doing something in management or something in personality, like TV personality, or writing books or something.
I know there was an article. I didn't send it to you because anything I send you don't use anyway.
Oh,
so I don't know why I waste my time. But yes, he was trying to come back to play for the Orlando Solar Bears.
They released Sean Avery already.
Oh, well, like I said, he tried to. That's what I'm just saying.
Oh, the ECHL Orlando Solar Bears.
Yeah.
He's 41 years old. When's the last time Sean Avery's played?
I don't know. Sounds like he could be our first liner on this team.
Pair him up with him and Leo Komarov.
There you go.
The last time he played NHL action was 2011-2012 season.
It's a long time ago. He was never a great player anyway, to be honest.
No, he was just a fighter. He was a punk. He was a guy who was just an agitator and an instigator. That's all he was.
Yeah.
Mayfield will be a huge catch for Toronto or Colorado. Toronto has room if Muzzin is out. For certain they do. And again, you got a guy who's got cap certainty for you. We're not going to trade, though, Mayfield. We talk about the core, right? I really think they firmly believe we can win a Stanley Cup next year. And if that's the case, right, having a guy who's a top 4 defenseman at $1.45 million for next year is valuable.
Okay. He's not a top 4 defenseman on this team anymore. He's just not. He's a bottom pairing guy. Noah Dobson and Ryan Pulak are the top 2 groupings.
We roll our defense, though.
Huh?
So anywhere in the league, he's a top 4 guy.
Okay, but not on this team anymore.
This team plays their third line defensive pairings as much as they play their second line defensive pairings.
Okay, but he's not top 4 on this team is all I'm saying. Noah Dobson should be on the top pair with Adam Pelech, in my opinion. Okay. I think that would be a really, really good pairing. That's 25 minutes a night pair, if you think about it, like Makar and Taves. Then you can get away with lesser bottom pairing guys. You can get away with that if you got somebody who's taking 25 minutes a night. They're the 2 best defensemen on your team right now, and I don't think it's close for anybody else being third.
Chris has saying his screen froze a while back ago. Not sure if anybody else had that. I was saying, oh, Grumpy. Oh, he said on Twitter, would you eat that? Grumpy, I'll show this to you. I want you to close your eyes. I'm going to paint a picture for you.
My eyes are closed.
I want you to close your eyes. So it's on a hot summer day, and you're in a situation, Grumpy.
Can I open my eyes up now?
Why did you look? Stop.
I haven't looked.
You're on a hot
summer day, and I know it's some type of sweat.
You're on a hot summer day. You just got done with a long day out there in the yard, and you've got yourself a nice glass of cold iced tea, and you come down for a piece of pie, grumpy old man.
Can I open my eyes?
This is the pie that you're going to eat. Yeah, open your eyes. Would you eat that?
No. That's like pickles on, isn't it? Pickles?
Pickles, yeah.
Pickles make me puke.
I know you hate pickles. You talked about it before.
Mayonnaise cake with pickles thrown in.
To answer your question, Alexander, there was no way you could not pay me to eat that. Grumpy, what would they have to pay you? Oh, correction. I would eat it if you paid me enough. But Grumpy, what would it take for you to eat that?
Would I have to be able to swallow it and not throw up, not have a reversal of fortune? Because that's the big thing. You want to put me on a diet? Feed me that crap every day. I'd be dead inside a week. No, I hate pickles. Ugh. Mayonnaise. How about a mayonnaise cake with pickles?
Grump, what would someone have to pay you to eat that, Grumpy?
I can't. That's not happening.
You wouldn't do that for $1 million? $1 million. Eat a pickle, whatever the hell that is.
I'm not commenting on my financial situation, but I'm going to say no to that.
Okay, let's say $3 million, Grump. For $1 million, I'm not a pickle fan. I hate pickles. For $1 million, I'd eat the hell out of that.
You need anything for free. The hell are you kidding?
Oh man, come on. It's not that bad. It's not that bad, Grumpy old man. Jeremy F says, "Hey, Koivula is out there. I think he'll help with the Atu Ratu situation to North America hockey." Did you notice that Holmstrom had another goal last night, Grumpy?
I did notice. It was actually a nice shot. Let's give him credit. I'm going to give credit where credit's due. He actually shot the puck. So that's very un-Josh Bailey-like.
He shoots the puck. I mean, I think he's got a crisper pass.
It was a nice shot. It was a nice shot, too. It was a nice shot.
Son Holmstrom's kind of slowly growing on me. He's not what the other three players are, but I think he can. He's definitely not, and that will always piss me off. But I think Holmstrom can play in the NHL.
I looked up all their numbers last night because I did see that the Holmstrom goal. I'm like, I wonder how my other boys are doing. You got Kaliev. He's got 11 goals, 18 points. They all get about the similar amount of ice time, too, like 12 minutes, 12 and a half.
They all play more ice time on average than Oliver Wallstrom does.
True, on better teams. But still, the fact that they're, 20 years old?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's pretty good. McMichael, I mean, they're all right in the same range, too, between 8 and 11 goals and, 18 and 20 points, something like that, and all the same amount of ice time. And Holmstrom still doesn't even get a sniff at the big league team. But I would absolutely be ecstatic if Simon Holmstrom could actually be part of the solution going forward. And if
I think he can play a role for us. And again, and that's the thing that will always piss me off, because at one point we'll have to stop saying who we should have picked, and this is what we have. Because I think Holmstrom is a guy who can contribute at the NHL level after what I've seen this year. There's still progress to be made in his game. He will never be as good as the three players we mentioned. He'll never be a Kaliev. He'll never be a McMichael. He just won't be those players. He'll never be a Tomasino, but he'll be, a more than competent player at the NHL level.
For me, though, he has to show more willingness to go to the net. Because if those guys all go to the net, if he won't go to the net, he's going to bust out. He has to be willing to go to the net. You can't be a perimeter Pete. Cannot be that. Cannot be that. And if he shows that
it ends tonight,
I'm like, great, get him in there.
Jeremy Ford there saying, "Easy, Grump. This is going to be turning into TJ and the Pleasant Old Man." I
know, it's so unusual, isn't it?
Drell sent us this old clip here. Now, Grumpy, is this when you think of Batman and Superman? I can't tell if I assume this is a play. What's going on here? What, Grumpy? Oh, you're getting some protein shake in there, Grump.
Yeah,
a little protein action. Let's see.
I don't know. First of all, what's with the underoos that Superman's wearing? First of all, Superman's got to be more buff than that. And
it ends tonight, Batman, or should I say, butthead.
Oh my God, what was that? I don't even know what that was. And then Tony the Werewolf says TJ eats off the kids menu at sushi places. I don't eat off the kids menu. I usually get like a little row of sushi, and I'll get like a hibachi. Oh man, that's good. Get me excited. Chris Smith says sushi isn't filling. Well, that's why I get it. It's like a little treat. Sushi's just a little treat.
You know what TJ could eat? You ever go to the old school cafeterias where they didn't put the bags inside the trash cans, the big trash cans? The kids just dump all their crap in there and they dump it out. And there's like some type of slimy coleslaw swill laying at the bottom. TJ could just scoop that shit up, put it on he doesn't eat hot dog buns. He just put a spoon in there and just TJ can eat anything. I mean,
that's disgusting thinking about it. Drew L says, Grump, I'm a man. I only eat raw meat like a true Sigma Alpha man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony the Werewolf says, how embarrassed your wife must be when you order hot dogs with mayonnaise. I don't like mayonnaise either at a sushi place. Every time I see a highlight of Devon Taves, I think, screw you, Lou. You destroyed us.
Yeah, I'm kind of past it now. It was a bad trade at the time. It's a bad trade now. It'll be one of the worst trades that Lamoriello has ever made. It set us back. It really did. I mean, he'd absolutely be a corp. Tell me you wouldn't like a pairing.
And even if you had to trade him, we said that. We said it on there. Like, even if you were hell-bent on trading him, we all said that you got underpaid. Wildly underpaid. I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, but think about the top two pairings you would have had. Taves, Dobson, Pulak, Pelech. Who couldn't live with that? You're set. You were set for 10, 12 years as your top. I mean,
Taves is going to get paid.
Well, he's getting paid now.
$4 million.
Well, but he still got 2 more years after this one on his deal. I mean,
you were not set for 10 years. You said 10 or 12.
You re-sign him. You sign the other two guys on the team.
He's going to get paid $7-8 million plus. I mean, he might depending on at the end of that contract, he might even make 8.5 or 9, depending on what he does.
Okay, but your top 4, you're setting your top 4 young, top 4. Everything else is so much, well, except for skilled players offensively, but defensively, you're set for years.
Oh yeah. We got the third period is underway. Get Yeeted said Arizona assistant general manager is at UBS. Maybe he's looking at Josh Bailey.
I'd love Josh Bailey to disappear.
Forever and ever. Disappear off in the abyss. He can be reunited with Andrew Ladd. Chris Smith said, yeah, then they dropped him in 2 days. Yeah. On Avery.
It's all right.
Absolutely. Chick-fil-A will be proud of that pie. Ugh, I love pickles.
I love Chick-fil-A sandwiches. I get mine plain. No butter on the roll and no pickle.
Ooh, that hit off of Bennington's helmet or mask. I think it did.
I don't know. I was playing TJ and not watching the game.
Chris Smith said pickles belong on hamburgers. Absolutely, they do not.
They belong back in the store on the shelves.
I could maybe do some cubed tomatoes. I could do like some tomatoes on there. I used to just be a ketchup guy, but as I gotten older, I can maybe eat some tomatoes with it.
Plain hamburger for me. Burger, bun. That's it.
Casper replaces Zizekas at some point.
I would hope he'd be better than that.
I was about to say. I think so too.
He's got to be top 6 winger on the team, doesn't he? Or I don't know.
I think that's what he would project to be, right? A guy who's a top 6 player. You hope when you're picking first round picks, you're going for, guys that could be top line players or top 6 guys for you.
It's the same thing though. You have to move some other guys out to make space for him.
Mm-hmm. Alexander said, TJ Grump, who are your favorite Islander enforcers?
I like Clark Gillies. He was an enforcer, but he could play too. Gillies, I mean,
if we're talking as of recent years, I mean, I
like Ross Johnston. I do. I enjoy him.
I do too, but I'm talking prime Matt Martin. I like prime Matt Martin. The team sucked, but I like prime Matt Martin. Back when he was part of the best fourth line in all of hockey.
Yeah. Was he really an enforcer though?
I thought so.
I don't think so.
Okay. Alexander said, TJ, are you a fan of fried ice cream? I don't know how they fry ice cream. I've never had it, so no. I assume it would taste yummy, but I've never had it.
TJ's a fan of any type of ice cream.
Drew L said, it's called memes, TJ. I was like, it was loud. I was like, nope, goodbye. They wouldn't have been able to keep all 4 grumpy old man. I was about to say Letty would have had it gone.
No, I'm not talking Letty.
Look at Mayfield.
Watch, he's probably going to get beat
Mayfield.
Up.
Yeah. Scott Mayfield. Let's throw a punch, Mayfield. Throw a punch, Mayfield. Throw a punch, Mayfield.
He's not a fighter.
He's like throwing hammer punches at him. He's hitting him. There you go, Mayfield. He's throwing him.
He's missed every single punch. Oh, no.
Yeah,
he's not a fighter.
Mayfield with the big win. Mayfield.
He's not a fighter. He's not a fighter. And you know how much I love Scott Mayfield. He's not a fighter.
Scott Mayfield now is going to be heralded as one of the top fighters in all of the NHL, Grumpy.
Yeah.
Kostonin. Mixing it up with Scott Mayfield.
Kostin. Kostin. It's not Kostonin.
Kostin. Anyway, I'll tell you, Scott Mayfield. Oh, he got tripped there. No call.
There's Costin mixing it up in there. He's like, hey, you want to go? You want to go?
Wouldn't you love to have Ross Johnson out there to pummel somebody
Oh,
else?
geez. Looked like Casey sticked Scott in the face. For some reason.
I don't know.
Then he looked like he sticked.
He was making a few. He did connect on a few of those. You're wrong.
He did not. He didn't hit with one.
Look at it again. He hit him. You're wrong.
He got the shirt. No.
He hit his face. You're wrong. You're wrong, Grumpy.
He didn't hit him with anything.
Oh, fans in the comment section, let Grumpy Old Man's old eyes know that Scott Mayfield connected with a few of those punches. Come on, Grump. It was the hand. It was the jersey hand he connected with a few times. Nick D said Bavillier and Palmieri are playing well today.
Yeah,
certainly are.
Yep.
Grump, how do you not like butter on your sandwiches?
No.
Pickles, I understand. No, but no to butter. He doesn't get.
No.
I can go butter on sandwich.
I was telling the warden what I used to eat when I was a kid, and thinking back on it now, I'm like, oh my gosh, that was so gross. I cannot believe I ate that. Think about it now makes me want to throw up.
What did you eat when you were younger, Grump?
We didn't have a whole lot of money when I was growing up, but on Saturdays we'd go out to Wallbaum's and we get Italian bread and boiled ham, and I would put butter on the Italian bread and boiled ham, that, and I'd had that as a sandwich. Thinking about it now, man, I could not eat that butter like that with ham. I can eat myself some butter on Italian bread, but not with boiled ham. Oh, no.
Jesus Christ, Grumpy.
Ugh. This guy looks happy.
Hey, he looked like a doofus. When I saw that face, I think doofus is the best word to describe him. I don't know who that was for St. Louis, but he looked kind of doofy. Jeremy F. saying here, to have Pelech and Dobson in Devon Taves and Ryan Pulock as a top four, that would compete with most any other top four in the NHL.
Absolutely.
I'm still holding out hope that Samuel Bolduc and Robin Salo will fill in the other left-handed or left defense spots behind Pelech.
I mean, optimally, right now, wouldn't you like to have a pairing of Dobson and Salo? Even though I still think I would rather have Salo with Pulock and Pelech with Dobson. Man, St. Louis really picked it up. They just said they're.
That's what I was going to say. You were kind of going on like that. I was just kind of transfixed on the game. I apologize. My God, huge hit.
Yeah.
Welcome to the NHL. Is that Aho just got upended?
It's like, I don't know. He got run over. It wasn't Aho.
Who's that? He just got upended.
I don't know.
Hopefully, it was a huge hit. I'm hoping they're going to show it to us again.
That wasn't. No, here we go. Maybe it was Aho.
That's what I said. No, that wasn't even a hit. That was the other one. No, that wasn't a hit. That was a hit on Aho, but there was another one. That's this one. Who's this? Who's in the corner?
Koivula.
Is it Koivula?
Yep.
Oh, God
damn it. Koivula. Your boy Koivula got run over.
Damn it, Koivula. Damn it. Otto Koivula. I need some more toughness out of you, Koivula.
I wonder what Barry calls him. Does he call him Otto? Or
call him Softy?
Koivy? or just Koivula? Like Otto. The guys he doesn't like, he just calls them by their last name.
Koivula. Yeah. Joseph C. said, you guys feel about Taves like I feel bad about the Rangers trading Buchnevich when they needed an offensive-minded top six forward.
Yeah, I thought that was a dumb trade by the Rangers. It seems like it's worked out for them, though. But I didn't think that was a good trade for the Rangers as well.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, getting rid of College Quinn was extremely important.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Who do you guys think the front runner for the Hart Trophy is? By the way,
I don't know. I haven't given that any thought. Honestly, I haven't given that no thought, none.
Right?
I mean, doesn't Shesterkin have to be up there though? He's played so well. I know he's the goalie, but still. There it is. There's the answer, Pierre Turgeon. I was right on that one there, buddy.
You only had to take a few guesses and stabs at it. I don't know.
It was two guesses, not a few.
Here's the thing. If this is a year to have, Shesterkin be, the Hart Trophy, it's this year. You can always, I don't know. I feel like you can always make an argument for Connor McDavid, though, right?
Your team has to be good, though. I think that's like really important. Your team has to be good.
He's fantastic. Okay, you can make an argument for Jonathan Huberdeau then, right? He's got 75 points. He's up there.
I
He's
think
got less points
Barkov.
than McDavid and
I think
Draisaitl.
Barkov's a better player than Huberdeau.
They like to fixate on stats when it comes down to Hart Trophy.
Okay. Well,
Just
then
saying.
maybe McDavid, I guess.
It's going to be interesting,
I'll
right?
tell you one thing,
I could see Shesterkin winning the Hart Trophy, though, depending if he continues to play this way. He's been unreal this season.
I can tell you, man, I'll tell you what, Dobson's really good. Puckman's fantastic. You know who it's not? Man, Andy Green. It's not going to be Josh Bailey. He's not winning the Hart Trophy.
You don't think he's going to win?
No. No.
Wow, Noah Dobson has 10 points in his last 11 games.
Yeah, he's been really good.
Been fan-freaking-tastic. Chris Smith said, if the Islanders signed Forsberg, would you pair him with Barzal and Beauvillier next year? Do you think that would be a good first line?
I just don't see us getting Forsberg. I just don't see that happening. I mean, that's my whole thing. I don't see any unrestricted free agent who's really, really good offensively coming here. But for certain, you'd have to put Forsberg with Barzal, without a doubt. But why not put him with Palmieri as opposed to Villiers?
Yeah,
I mean, because Forsberg plays both wings.
He has played both wings, more naturally left wing, but he has played right wing.
That's perfect then. If you put him out there because Palmieri only plays the right wing. So,
oh, did you see right there? Did you see the Blues defenseman slip over there as he was trying to make a turn? I'm just telling you, the ice surface doesn't seem great at UBS Arena.
Slip sliding away.
Joel says, Kilm Costin. He's too busy.
Costin.
What?
Klim. Not Kilm. Klim.
He's too busy. Costin, the Blues win that by taking out Mayfield.
True.
Clayton H says, hi, what's up, Clayton? Vakuda. Short, weak jabs, says Tom White by Scott Mayfield. Mayfield did connect with his left hand, but you're right. He's not a fighter.
He's not.
Man, St. Louis is really physical. That's what I've noticed too. They're an ultra physical team.
Built for playoff hockey. Big, physical, have some talent. I mean, Andy Green, I'm just questioning some of his stopping at the blue line. Dude, get it out of the zone. Stop messing with it when there's nobody behind you. It's like, come on, fella.
The Wicked 50 Cal says, what's going on, guys? What's up, Wicked?
Long time since we've seen Wicked 50 Cal.
And then probably McDavid, says Drew L. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking Art Ross. I don't know who that is. Says, hello, Kazakhstan. What's up, Kazakhstan? You're gonna take a stab at how to pronounce that one, Grump?
Nope. I'm not even gonna pretend. TJ, is that what letters look like to you? Regular letters? Is that what they look like to you when you read?
Hold on a second. I can read this one. It says more tabak. I don't know. Drew L says, come on, Grump. You don't think that Bailey's winning the Art or the Ross or the Hart Trophy? That's criminal ideology. But
he's
hey,
not even the most valuable man in his house.
Islanders, 12 minutes remaining in the third period, are up 2-0 on the St. Louis Blues.
I mean, this
is a great game for the Islanders.
Absolutely.
This is as good as they've played in quite some time. We've talked about, hey, what's the best Islander game we've seen against a playoff caliber team? I would argue now this is the number one game.
Yeah. Because St. Louis is a tough team to play against. Really tough.
Yeah.
The brand of physicality they have talented guys too. Oh my God.
Holy shit. Like the Bad News Bears.
Pajot's had some issues this year too, just staying on his feet.
Man, look like a bad news.
Dobson, third in assists, third in points, first in blocks.
He's been great, no Dobson, this year.
Just turned 22. And I'll tell you what, he puts the shot, it's always on target. Always. Nice save by Sorokin.
I was about to say, Sorokin's played
well. Instead of going through his man, kind of went around the far side and generated that scoring shot there.
Nice hit. We're throwing the body around too.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, honestly, our team is built to play more of an old-fashioned style like St. Louis. We're not built to play for today's NHL against the speed teams are just death to us. But I mean, for a game like this against a team like this, we match up pretty good. I know we have Colorado as our next game.
Yes, and I envision that will be a bad one.
Yeah. I wonder what the reception for Devon Taves is going to be, particularly if he puts up like 3 or 4 points like the last game.
He's come back. Something like that, Grump, right?
Yep. Oh, nice save again.
Sorokin really is dialed. He's dialed in right now. He's played a solid game today.
I mean, the Blues have picked up their play here in the third period, but we are hanging tough.
That for certain we are.
I mean, I'm not saying that we're playing like dogs either. I mean, defensively, we're doing the job over there.
St. Louis has really been turning on the pressure in the last few minutes. If you haven't noticed, they've had a lot more offensive zone time. They're generating a lot more shots.
What is Nelson doing?
I don't
screwing around with the guy over there.
He just got cross-checked. No,
you know what? I don't care.
Here it is. He's going to call it's a two-handed cross-check.
Yeah, let me tell you something. He was holding the guy and just
Tyler Bozak.
They were letting all that go. I guess Bozak's the only guy, or they're going to wind up doing an even it out job. I don't know. Because Nelson was doing some dumb crap over there at the time, and I called it out. It's like, okay. And, it's one of those that the referees not want to call anything. And then finally, we're going to call it both ways. I don't know what they're going to do.
Okay. I don't know, Grump. You kind of jumped all over the place.
Yeah, I know.
But, they've done that a lot, right? St. Louis has taken action where they've, kind of muddled things up after the whistle. And they say, okay, you're both going to go off for roughing. I don't know. It looked like Brock Nelson got two-hand cross-check to the small part of the back and knocked right over. And I don't know how they're going to give Brock Nelson a penalty, but they do. Maybe they'll give him like a simulation penalty or something like that. Like, oh, he was selling a check.
No,
I don't know. That's the only thing I could think.
He was messing with the guy just before that happened. He was ruffling him, trying to tackle him up. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Knock it off. He's been taking a lot of dumb penalties lately. It's like, stop.
The Wicked 50 Cal says, this is the first season I'm rooting for the Islanders to tank. Really need to get as great a draft pick as possible. Ton of deep talent in this year's draft, apparently. Yep. I agree. Time to tank.
And we need to, I want draft picks this year. This is the year that I want draft picks.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
In trades.
Druell says, watch the Islanders blow this lead. Chris Smith said, Sorokin is the Islanders' best and most consistent player this season.
Close to it.
Well, here's the thing. As much as, do you remember when Phil's Fax was on here and said that, oh, no, I don't think Sorokin's a top 10 netminder, and we're going through that issue. Sorokin right now is going to be 6th in the NHL in save percentage this year as well. So just take that as well with a grain of salt. I just think to myself, I'm like, yeah, the guy's played well this season.
They're doing a comparison right now of the St. Louis goalies, and Husso has looked mighty good compared to Binnington.
Yep. I'm about to say, he's second in the NHL in save percentage.
I mean, at some point in time, you're going to ride that hot goalie, right, come playoff time?
I think you have to. Why not start giving them a little bit more of a chance now? I mean, here's the thing. Binnington is not the reason they lost, right? When you're scoring 0 goals, hard to
They have a cool logo. The Blues have a cool logo.
I feel like you say that anytime we play the Blues.
I don't care. So what? It's still
the
cool.
Islanders are on a power play with 10 minutes left.
We can really ice the game right here.
For certain.
But
don't
again,
do anything dumb.
Dobson has to be out there, but his refusal to, play some of the other guys like Bellows and Wallstrom who just want to shoot the puck. I want those guys on the power play. That is their skill set.
Mm-hmm.
At least Bailey's not out there. I'm going to give Trotz some credit. At least Bailey's not out there.
Give him time. He'll find a way to weasel his way back on the power play. Give him a game. Maybe he'll be off for one game. All it took was him not shooting in a wide open opportunity. They'll do one game not on the power play. Ooh, nice shot. Nice shot by Parise. John Smith said, why even have Bailey in the lineup at this point? Why not bring someone up like Holmstrom and see if he can actually help the team out instead of just sucking up ice time?
Maybe it's a showcasing Bailey thing still.
Yep, that's the only thing I could consider.
That's a routine save there by Bennington.
It was just a nice quick shot.
Yeah, I'm just saying nobody in front. He's got to make that save.
Yeah, he saw it the whole way for certain. Yeah. And Drew L says this upcoming trade deadline is going to be interesting to see what we actually go as a team. Where we actually go as a team.
Yeah. I mean, we'll talk about that because we're not going to make as many moves as we'd like. Let's be honest.
Trade deadline's 17 days away. So essentially 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. Like I said, we're not going to make as many.
Uh-oh. Is he calling another goaltender interference? Is that what he asked? Is he asking for?
No, but they're always crying about something, it seems like to me.
Who scored that? Let's see.
I don't know. Is Pulak or Palmieri?
Jeremy Ford says, as much as I want to tank, it's just too hard to see them lose. I love watching a game like today's performance. Top 11 picks are all pretty solid.
That looked like maybe a high stick. Maybe you played it with a high stick. Let's see. Yeah, that's a
high stick.
That's a high stick.
Deflected. Damn it.
That's two.
That's
goals.
A high stick.
That's 2 Palmieri goals going to be called back. It's a high stick.
That one should not be allowed.
Yeah,
the first one was a BS call. Yeah. That one definitely is played off a high stick.
Yeah. If a ham and egger like me can figure that out, it shouldn't take long for Gappy.
That's gonna be. They look at it immediately. I think Palmieri's even like, shit, that's gonna be called off. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, Grump, and I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, if I'm able to figure that out, it shouldn't take Gary Gapp too long to make that decision. So, I mean, that was to me anyway. Obviously, played with a high stick, but hey, you gotta like how we played today. I mean, let's be honest. Oh, this is a good angle right here. Let's see. Oh yeah. Well over the top of the bar. Like I said, it shouldn't take long for that to happen. For certain. That's one of the easier calls they're going to have all day. So, but nice to see Palmieri not afraid to go to the dirty area. You got to like that, right? I know I do. It's too bad we don't have enough guys who, I'm not even going to say that. But the trade deadline is going to be interesting, I have to say. I mean, like I was mentioning, how many guys could we possibly move? I mean, I don't think you'd see more than 3 guys move off this team. Optimally, who would you like them to be? I'd like to see move Clutterbuck and Parise for certain. I don't know how much value Varlamov really has. You hear that Grigoriev is on the market for the Rangers. If you're a team, wouldn't you trade for him before you trade for Varlamov? The same thing with Fleury, I think, is a better option. But there's a lot of players out there that you're seeing that are on the market now. Like I said, I don't know how much value Varlamov has at this point because he's been bad.
I think they'll look at last year's performance and look at what he's done in the playoffs and think, okay, he just maybe needs a little bit of a change of scenery.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. 34 years old, I don't know. I mean, Grigoriev is on the market, like I was just mentioning, TJ. To me, he's way more valuable at 26 years old than Varlamov is.
Hold on a second. Is that Lou Lamoriello giving you a call, grumpy old man, to let you know, hey, is this Toronto calling you grump? That's definitely a high stick.
Yeah. That's Lou.
It hits off the blade.
That's Lou. And he said, don't be downplaying Varley's value.
We're trying to make that damn trade, buddy. Don't you
dare.
But
I mean, realistically, TJ, how many players do you think could look at the gap in this guy's teeth? Look at no goal.
Yeah, it should be a no goal.
This guy's wearing out his arms going like this all day to us.
He's getting his lat raises in.
Yeah. I mean, how many guys could you really, if we're moving guys, how many could you really see get traded?
At least 4, if not more.
Okay, see, I just think it's hard to move that many guys, honestly. Look at this guy. Look at the circles under his eyes. I don't know if he's not getting enough sleep or he got beat up. I don't know. He's been crappy as a referee, in my opinion.
Thanks, Grump. Then Christmas and the first one, Bellows hit the goalie stick, and then stick moved. Drew L said, plus Avili Hossa is a hot goalie for the Blues. He's 10th in fantasy hockey goalies with only 21 games played.
It looks like he's pretty good for regular goalies too, not just fantasy.
Apex senior citizen says here, I hope Lou trades himself out of town.
Me too.
Oh man, I tell you. But the Islanders still on the power play. They've had quite a few chances today. This has been a very, very, if the
all-around
season
effort
wasn't over, if the season wasn't over, this would be a very encouraging game because, right, we looked dominant today. I think, we played our style. We, even though the Blues did have some chances, it was most saves are all set up to where the goalie could be successful. Defense looked good. Offensively, we had chances. Look at that. Look at Adam Pelech joining the rush.
Yeah, but he's no risk offensively at all. Not at all.
Mm-hmm. John Smith said the refs hate Palmieri after overruling that goal. And Drell said Butch Goring is pissed. That was a high stick. He hit it with the top of the blade. Like the stick may have been level, but the point of contact with the actual blade was way above the net.
Yeah.
You can't let that one stand. I thought that was pretty clear, I thought. Rob G said Islanders can't catch a break. Every call is going against them. I think we still win today. Ooh, Scott Mayfield better watch out. He lays a huge hit. I think that was on Tarasenko.
Well, they had a little history from earlier in the game.
Yes, they did. Second time they were robbed. The Wicked 50 Cal said, not sure why Butch and Brennan were shocked by that disallowed goal. To me, it was crystal clear high stick. Matthew S. saying, such BS.
Yeah, to me, that was one of the easier calls you're ever going to make.
I thought
I didn't even think that was even close. I thought it was well over the top. But I mean, we played really, almost a total complete game today.
We have. That for certain we have.
Again.
Offsides. Ugh.
I mean, at this point, 6 minutes to go. Why are you trying to do a little feather pass to Pajot? Dump it in. Make them have to skate out 200
Dump and chase. I say dump and chase.
Yeah, make them have to actually work it because you turn the puck over, you come back the other way, one goal, they're right back in it. Make them have to work for it at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me.
McClure's Revenge says, why can't they try to make a trade now? Why do they have to wait until the exact deadline? It makes it seem like we don't have a sense of urgency to make trades.
Exactly, Mr. McClure. I don't know who it is. I'm just assuming
Mr. Revenge.
Mr. McClure. That I'm a big proponent in being proactive when it comes to making those deals, particularly if you want to move 4 or 5 guys. You're not going to be able to do it all on deadline day. Start making moves now before other teams start going, okay, I have a better option here. I have a better option here. Don't overvalue your own players. Parise and Clutterbuck, their value is never going to be higher than it is right now. It's not going to get any higher in the last 2 weeks. It's not. And the fact that Parise has played on the top line and performed shows he's still got it, right? Mm-hmm. He's on an expiring deal. If you want to bring him back and try to re-sign him after the season, go for it for, same type of dollar amount. If he wants $3-4 million a year, no, you don't. But for $750K, I'm all for signing him back. But you move him now. Maybe you get yourself a second-round pick for him. All those picks add up. It means you can maneuver up and down the draft board any way you want, right? Get another first rounder. You see somebody you target. You amass draft
somebody that slips in a draft, you go like, oh, okay. Like remember when Detroit Joe Veleno slipped down the draft board, you could say, okay, we could trade up and get a guy like that. He just continues to slide. I mean, you could go ahead and secure yourself a pick if you like a guy like Atu Ratu that fell to you in this year's second round. You could have said, all righty, we can go ahead and trade up to make sure we get that player so nobody has a chance to steal him beforehand.
The one thing that Garth Snow was really good at was maneuvering up and down the board. He was good at that. Now,
when they drafted Bailey, how many picks did they give? Or was that Bailey or DeHaan? They moved up like $1 million.
DeHaan. Yeah, it was DeHaan. And I thought they made too many moves to target him because he was just frail. I mean, history of shoulder injuries, and that hasn't changed. But, he was not afraid to use that draft board and maneuver up and down to get the player he wanted. That's what you want from a GM. You don't want somebody sitting on his hands all the time. Try to get better.
The Wicked 50 said, then again, I've got my tanking glasses on, so maybe I'm biased with the high stick. Brian B said, Butch is painful to listen to. I have to mute the games now.
Well, Brian, that's why you should listen to us. That's Brian, my brother from another mother.
Matthew S. says it has to be clear and obvious to be overturned. I thought it was clear. The stick was kind of level but pointed up. The stick, it made contact with the actual blade, which was pointed upwards. So it definitely made contact above. I think
the puck just made it underneath the crossbar as well when it went in,
and it redirected. It was going well over the net.
Yeah,
I think. Oh, I tell you, we look like we can surrender a goal here. I mean, like they're
Dobson out there with Pellick now. I like that. Ugh. Is that useless dog Bailey out there? Yup.
Well, they need to put Anders Lee. Put Anders Lee, dress him really quickly so he can try to find himself an empty net goal in the last 9 minutes of the game.
I mean, think about it. Get your stick out of there. Because, see, again, he kind of had that stick borderline around the waist. Move your feet and get the stick out of there. You don't want to be taking a penalty now in the last 4 minutes of the game. Mm-hmm. It's just in a game that you've pretty much carried the action for the most of the time. I mean, certainly we deserve a win. At this point in the game, we deserve a win.
For certain.
There's no adoption. Smart play. Again, always got a head on the shoulders. Koivula.
Ooh. Rich A says, with all the scouts at the game, I'm glad we played well.
Yes. Yeah.
It makes me think this. We played so well today, and we've struggled immensely this season. It makes me think, who holds the majority of blame? Is that on players? Is that on coach? Is that on general manager? Something we can discuss more later, but it's just something I thought about.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you got 4 minutes to go. That's more than a 4-minute conversation.
Shooters Puck Hockey says, where has this effort been all season? See what happens when Lee and Chara don't play, as well as having Pellick and Pulak back together on defense. The season's over, but it'd be nice just to beat the Rangers at least. That's,
like I said, and that's my point. To me, yes, the players are ultimately responsible because they're the guys on the ice, but it's the GM and the coach. The GM because over-reliance on older players, and that's a Barry thing because that's what he wants as well, who can't skate, can't move. That hurts. And then Barry for just playing those guys at night after night endlessly, regardless of the fact that they can't do it anymore, and it makes your system worse. That's on Trotz. Acquiring the wrong players is on Lamoriello, and the players not executing, but some of them can't anymore.
Did we not just say we're going to talk about that after the pod and during our actual podcast? So let's not talk about that because we have comments and we'll jump into that. I'm just saying it's something I thought of and I'll bring it up again. Druel says, I think if Barry really wants to keep Barzal happy, he should ask Barzal who does he want to play with on the first line.
That's never happening.
No. Rich A said we should trade the F- to the Rags. He won't have to sell his house and he could grow his beard back.
I think that's smart.
Besides the no trade clause and the modified, no trade clause after. Chris Smith says here, 2 weeks from Monday is the trade deadline, right? It's the 22nd. So. I do declare.
22nd is a Tuesday, isn't it? I think. Isn't 22nd a Tuesday?
21st. Okay, I'm wrong. It's on the Monday. Yep.
Okay, 21st then. That's a big
we're
day.
about 2 weeks. 2 weeks away.
That's a big day for you and Paige, isn't it? The 21st of March?
No.
Oh, okay. My mistake.
Jeremy F said no. We got married in May, so
that's not what I was talking about. Okay, doesn't matter.
Jeremy saying here, if you're team buying, then I'm all for buying earlier. Does it not make sense as a seller to let the demand build up?
If you want to move 5 guys, you're not gonna be able to move 5 guys on deadline day.
You have to start as you get closer. You have to wait. Guess what? Like a week beforehand, the dominoes will start to fall. You'll start to see a few trades trickle out. You'll have to, for bigger pieces, right? You'll have to maybe wait a bit, but as the demand builds, but you'll have to make a few preemptive trades, like 1 or 2 guys beforehand, depending if you want to really trade 5 guys. I think you're right. You're not going to be able to trade all 5 of them in one day.
If you want to move Josh Bailey, if anyone makes you an offer, you have to do it now.
Christmas says, Dahan. Drew L says, you know what? I think TJ and Grump, this is laughable. MSG keeps promoting this Hockey Night in NY in New York podcast, and yet you still have 5 times the amount of subs that they do. Oh, well, I did not know that, Drew L. But hey, we just
Here's the thing. They might have a little bit more technical knowledge than we do, but I guarantee you they're not as fun. That much I can guarantee.
Yeah. Hey, we try to be fun. We try to have a good time. That's more what it's about than anything else.
Was Patrick Waugh the coach in Colorado when teams started pulling their goaltenders like with 2.5 or 3 minutes to play?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Oh my God. How did that go in? Bailey was out there, of course. That's probably the reason.
What in the hell?
How did that even slither in?
Oh my God, was it a wiki? I looked away for 1 second and just like, what the hell happened?
Here's the thing. His Mayfield out there. Ugh, how did that even go in? Bailey. How about taking somebody out, Bailey, once? That's a hard. Oh my God.
He wasn't ready for it, so he
Take
wasn't able to get on.
Somebody out. I don't think he knew where the puck was.
What the hell is Bailey doing watching that too?
That's what he does. Nothing. Like I said, anybody offers you anything for Bailey, you have to take it because he's a waste.
I don't know why we
take somebody out.
I don't know.
Somebody out.
Here's the thing. That's the one that Sorokin, I'm sure, wants back, but he wasn't ready for it, and he had to adjust last minute, so he wasn't able to get on the post perfectly.
He thought the puck was coming across after that first shot. That's what he thought.
Mario says here, Lamoriello had the chance to move up and take Cole Caulfield, but instead he decided to select Simon Holmstrom. I have to expectations, or I have to, I think he meant to say, I have to limit my expectations of Lou Lamoriello ever making those type of moves.
Yeah.
Now it's you talk about now it's a freaking game.
Oh my God. Look at this.
And I'm telling you, we are all out of sorts right now.
Okay, Barry Trotz, call your timeout. Call your timeout right now.
You don't go to heaven for having more timeouts at the end of the game. Call timeout is right. Call the timeout. You just gave up a goal. You're hemorrhaging chances. They're putting it all out attack on. Call timeout.
Here's the thing. What has done well this today's game, right? He goes at the most crucial situation. He goes for man, oh man. He goes for the standard, steadfast guys that he's always relied on, and that hasn't worked all year. At some time, give the younger guys a chance and see what happens. See what they can do in these situations. I mean,
watch out. Bailey shouldn't be on.
No timeout. No timeout. Why no timeout there?
Couldn't tell you.
We cannot lose today. I'm just going to say that.
Wouldn't that be typical, though, as to how we've played as of late? Find a way to lose at the very end.
Ice it. I don't care. Ice it.
There's still an empty net goal to be had, so Brock Nelson still has another goal to be scored.
Yeah, Nelson's not been good. I'm sorry. He's not been good recently.
A winning percentage in 1-goal games. The Islanders are 4-6-8. Worst in the NHL.
Worst in the league.
That's bad.
Terrible.
Or worse than the Montreal Canadiens and the Winnipeg Jets and the Buffalo Sabres. My God. Wow, the Capitals are awful too at 1-goal games.
Yeah. They're not going anywhere. The Capitals aren't going anywhere.
Let's see what Holmstrom becomes. And do you guys still think that Aho stinks? No,
I never thought Aho stinks. Every guest who comes on this show thinks Aho stinks. Not me. I'm not saying he's a top pairing defenseman, but for a bottom pairing guy, you can absolutely live with him. And he is tailor-made for today's NHL. Tailor-made.
Oh, man. 1 minute and 35 seconds left. The Islanders have a 1-goal lead.
Right now, they look like the Islanders.
They're playing.
We're trying to score a goal at the end, and we can't. Oh, my God.
No movement. St. Louis is just kind of
the passing back. It looks like
passing on the perimeter.
Yeah, looks like Letty and Bailey over there just back and forth. I'll take it. Just continue to run clock.
I was about to say there's 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining here in the third period. Islanders have a 1-goal lead. St. Louis with the goalie pulled. Wow. Oh. My God. Thank God he missed that because we completely bid on it. They had a wide open chance in front of the net. St. Louis misses.
Another missed shot by the Bailey lookalike over there.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, get it. Oh, my God.
Why the hell? You had 3-on-1.
Skate it out.
Let's say I don't give a shit how tired you are. Skate it out and then dump as you get closer.
There was an empty net. Skate
not
to the red line and take a shot. And it's not even like he iced it. He just flipped it out of the zone. And just gave possession right back. Again, why isn't Noah Dobson out here now?
25 seconds remaining. And my God, here's the thing. Oh, now you're in a shit situation because you don't want to go ahead and give St. Louis's best players time. So, you know,
is Barry going to call timeout here? Rest his.
You don't want to give St. Louis's best skaters and best attackers more time to rest up, right? St. Louis, I could definitely make an argument they're going to call a timeout.
Well, here's the thing. Barry wants to roll his same old guys out there, so he's going to want to rest them as well. That's a nice save by Sorokin right there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. He made the save. Wow, never mind. I thought that was a missed opportunity from point blank. No, that was a fantastic save by Sorokin.
That was outstanding as well.
My mistake. Sorokin's had to be huge here in the last few minutes. He's faced now 27 shots from the St. Louis Blues and a lot coming in the last little portion. He's been good today, no doubt about it.
Oh, that's the one right there.
Fantastic.
Point blank. Outstanding.
Drell says it just proves that the YouTube algorithm is more effective than MSG promotion.
There you go.
What is Nelson doing? Yeah, Bailey. Sorokin plays terrible angles. How many soft goals do we have to give up?
He gets caught. He gets caught thinking the puck is gone past and looking for somebody on the far side. That's why he gives up a couple of those goals. But you know what? I don't care because he just made 2 or 3 saves that very few goalies in the NHL make. I'm just saying. And
the St. Louis Blue guy blows a tire as he goes into.
There you go. That'll do it.
That's it. That's game.
Oh,
rating.
Don't skate by him. Put a freaking body on him. All right, that's it. Game over. All right. Well-deserved win, honestly.
Oh, they're going to have an icing. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. 2.5 seconds left, Grub.
Okay. It was icing. It was.
Maybe they're going to have to put more time back on the clock. Can you please put 3 minutes and 8 seconds back on the clock? 3.8. I'm sorry. 3.8 seconds left on the clock. I don't know. They're going to look to make sure that the time on the ice is perfect. And then Druell said, I'd much rather have Bailey get an interference call than just watch the puck like that. Gosh, he sucks.
Yeah, he's terrible.
And that's an understatement there, talking about Bailey sucks.
Okay, is Casey in the net? Just win the draw, the game's over. That's it.
And they did. St. Louis won the draw, and they almost got themselves a shot off on that opportunity as well. Wow.
Well, hey, big win for the Islanders.
Big win for the Islanders. What a play by Pellick. Hey, Bailey, watch Mayfield, how to take out a player in front of the net.
I don't understand the trust that Trotz has in Bailey, honestly. It's not deserved. I'm sorry.
Christmas said, do you think Aho is a little undersized for certain? Absolutely is. To Isles 44 says McClure's revenge. Who do you think you are trading and what do you think you're getting back? I'm fine dumping Chara, Green, and Parise, but you're getting little to nothing for him. You're going to get something for Parise for certain. I promise you will, Isles 44, if they trade him. He's going to be valuable.
Yeah, we can pick that up, in the post-game podcast.
And trading Bailey is like addition by subtraction. Sorokin's athleticism is unreal. Absolutely. Fleury and Sorokin is a good comparison. Chris S. said,
that little kid is cute as hell.
Sorokin's been has been good every day. He's definitely one of the best, and he does play bad angles sometimes.
I think he over anticipates sometimes where the puck is going to go, and so he won't. But that's how he's able to do certain things. Is he's very anticipatory, but sometimes it comes to bite him in the butt a little bit. But here's the thing: if Bailey even pretends to put a body on the guy on the side of the net, we're not even talking about this today.
Druell says Sorokin is the 2009 Fleury Game 7 moments with all these incredible saves. And then Rob G says number 1 star, Sorokin.
I would think so.
Absolutely. Grump, we're at the end of the game here today. What do you want to say before we wrap things up?
I want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens, even those who don't, from TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. Give us 15 minutes, 10 minutes. We'll be right back on with the post-game podcast. It'll be a different link.
Yes.
We'll
So just make sure, again, you're subscribed on YouTube, you like on Facebook, and follow on Twitter. Have the notifications turned on, because the next 10 to 15 minutes we'll be sending out, we'll be going on to our post-game podcast.
Tell your friends, tell your enemies, subscribe to help our algorithm.
Tell your friends and tell your enemies. Absolutely. All righty, guys. We'll be back here